I just woke up. It's 2 p.m. What's up, Star? You okay? You good? Uh, I got this far into the video where he says rabbit shit is mites. I think I see the little black dots in there, but he is claiming that these are mites unless he's talking about the tiny black dots which are clearly just indents in the cotton. He's doesn't he have money? Can't he get a better camera than this? This is clearly blurred out to make it look worse. Like if we turn the quality all the way up, you don't see a difference. That is rabbit poop. That is nothing but rabbit poop. We're gonna watch this whole thing though, because I don't even know who this guy is. I did not know who Miskiff is. I don't watch streamers that religiously. XQC, of course, he's funny. I like comedy, but I don't know who this guy is. This is a sad guy right here. We're gonna get into it. Let me switch the audio output. There we go. All right, we're starting over.
Anymore. Everything about every person that you've ever known, and it is time to go full demon time.
Uh-oh.
Yo.
It's time to go full demon time. Chat. Look at this demon over here. Look at this demon who does not take care of himself. How could he ever take care of somebody else or rabbits or even know what it's like to take care of rabbits? I'm not going to draw conclusions this early, but I don't know this guy. I'm coming from an unbiased opinion here. And just because emiru cried on camera, I'm going to get to the bottom of this because this is a very wild claim. Wild claims being made here, and it should be taken seriously, and it should be covered. I am not content farming. This is coverage. This is trying to get people out, get more people to see what's going on with Twitch. Twitch allowing all this happening.
Why not?
Am I gonna get demon out? Yo, you might actually go all out, low key. Bro, if he says implode and leak everything about for like
what's up, chat?
even that aren't involved, that's crazy. There's no way he pulls into this, right? I don't know.
Let's watch the world burn. He's already self-snitching. I mean, what is up with this guy's eyebrows? He's already self-snitching. Let's watch the world burn. He's just coming out. Like, if you look at this from a perspective that emiru laid out for us, like she a lot of people are saying she's victim, like farming or whatever. I don't even know what it would be called, but she's trying to like be a victim in order to get him canceled. But these two lived together for years. Hey, chill out. Puck, you can't be mean to Star, okay?
I guess I don't have skills in my closet. I mean, I don't have a lot of them.
Obtuse things.
I don't have like a lot of them. Like,
Watch the world burn.
I mean, I had a few of them, but like not a lot.
Fuck it.
07.
Obtuse. Yes, there's some people that are saying some pretty crazy things that I was seeing. I haven't even gone on Twitter. I saw other things, and I'm like, damn. But I've been around for 10 years now. A lot of you guys know. I am pretty far away from this stuff at this point.
Why does dude have his like baby picture? Or is that just a picture of... No, that's definitely him as like a little kid. That's so weird. Why are you doing that?
But I am totally okay with exposing a lot of things and saying things. At this point, I think it's pretty obvious I will not be friends with any of these people after this. Ludwig was right. I am going to...
You don't sound very broken up about that, Miskiff. You don't sound very like sad that you're not going to be friends with these people. You must have something really bad to say about these people.
Completely separate myself from these people in this community, which is fine, and I've already been doing it. But I have hundreds of messages and DMs from people, things that people probably would never want to get released, that are very interesting for everyone, and I will be releasing
So you are the Epstein of Twitch.
it as time goes on, because why not? Go crazy. Who cares? Who fucking cares?
Oh, it's XQC typing.
Before that,
I'm not even in, by the way.
I would like to address everything that was said today. Okay? Let's get some yos in chat first. Maybe some tryhards. It's perfectly fine. Go ahead. You're a disgusting piece of shit. Absolutely. Been that for years. It's pretty fucking par for the course. What are we gonna...
Okay, I mean, he's agreeing with chat, but I mean, I don't know this guy. Is he actually?
Pretend that I'm not a piece of shit. We've all known this. All right? Calm down.
I'm talking to somebody else.
Is this anything new? No. I'm a piece of shit. Why the fuck is Caroline Burton chat? That's probably the most crazy thing I've ever seen in my life. But I'm going to defend myself on a lot of...
Why do you care that she's in chat? Or whoever Caroline Burton is? Why do you care? Are you insecure about having everybody in your chat while you're talking about this?
Things that were said about me. I am going to defend myself on what was said with Emmy. I see a lot of people saying other things that really upset me, but the Emmy one is a serious thing that I want to take serious, and we will be discussing that, okay? I wrote this myself, so I don't know if it's even good. I am not the best writer, as a lot of you know. I have a lot of half my screen.
Okay, man, don't need to make excuses. He's already making excuses ahead of time. Just have confidence, man. What's this world coming to? This guy looks almost 30 or something. Like
right now is red, because I can't write for shit. It's not through ChatGPT.
What is that bottle of water? Tiny, hand-sized bottle of water. Why doesn't he use a bigger bottle? Is it because he's a small guy?
GPT, shut up.
I don't think that makes sense, by the way.
It's not through ChatGPT. Shut up.
Chat, I'm not.
It's not, bro.
I'm not
shut
gonna
up.
lie, chat.
It's not through chat. You really
Guys,
think
guys,
in a serious situation like this, I put ChatGPT
I will
and
not.
I'm writing?
For a serious situation, you're acting like it's just free game to say whatever right in the beginning of the video. You said that you're not going to be friends with any of these people, and you said it like without any emotion. It's almost like you can cut off your emotions at will.
Something out because it's like, oh, like,
I've
bro,
run a
shut
lot
up.
of shit through ChatGPT.
Yes, really.
60% ChatGPT
Really?
scan.
No,
is
Being
sorry,
behind a
I-
camera will
I-
do that to you, I
I'm not
guess.
trying to devalidate anybody.
What is
I
wrong
said that earlier. I'll stand on business.
I wish I could show you how much red is in this to show you that each other is spaced.
Smiling is a sign of pride, you guys. He's proud of whatever he's talking about when he's smiling. Just so you know.
It's so stupid. I'm not a good writer, bro.
It's not
I'm not a
nervousness.
good writer.
You can't expect somebody who's been behind a camera for 10 years to be nervous. You can't. If you don't know about medical conditions, then you can't speak on the fact that this guy has been live streaming for 10 years or making videos for 10 years on the platform. He's been behind the camera. He's been talking for 10 years. He sounds very confident when he's not lying.
So, okay.
Because it's hard to lie in front of thousands of people.
Let's get to this, shall we? No stalling. I'm taking out of sub-only mode. I don't really care. I know that there's a lot of people that want to speak, and they can. I have no problem with that. This is a very serious situation that I was told. I know a lot of other people are saying things about me as well on top of this, but this is the thing I want to talk about. So let's talk about it, shall we?
That does not include me. I'm chilling on
Okay.
that.
So, this is April of 2021. Okay, I'm gonna write everything down. Everyone, just chill and let me hear this out. Okay. We met online when we were playing AT&T Annihilator Cup. This is me and Emmy.
Alright, I'm going for
I was
streaming.
introduced to her
This
through it, and my
chat,
chat
man.
started to like us hanging out. I didn't have feelings for her or anything, but I thought we could start hanging out more and be friends. So we met through the Annihilator Cup. A lot of you guys know this.
I never got invited, by
I
the
was
way.
playing with her. My chat liked her a lot. She was fun to hang out with.
Is this before she was had her own chat? I don't know about the situation. I don't know about these guys past. I don't even watch emiru. I don't know who emiru is. All I know is that abuse against anybody is not okay. And the way this guy describes it later on in the video makes it completely blatantly obvious that he was abusive, and he only did it because he was under stress for some reason.
So we started hanging out. We started to play games with each other on stream, and we started to grow closer together. We started calling each other, and we were flirting. We didn't do anything.
It takes the second party to agree with that. If you guys were flirting, like, you can't be the only guy to. We were flirting, chat. Otherwise, you look delusional. You look delusional if you guys weren't actually flirting. If you were just like taking certain niceness as like a sign of flirting. This guy's eyebrows are pissing me off.
But it was pretty obvious that
I mean, not pissing me. Like, I just can't stand it. I would never let that happen. Dude's unibrow is getting out of hand.
emiru had feelings for me as well as I had for her. But we couldn't really do anything because at the time she was dating a girl named Bonnie, another cosplayer from another state, and I was dating Maya.
I still can't believe your
Me and Maya broke up.
Story from earlier.
I broke up with her because the relationship felt stagnant, and Maya's sanctuary started to take over a lot of her life, and we hardly had time to hang out with each other. Since Maya moved out, I knew I wanted a streamer to move into the house, preferably a girl to farm content with, but
What a thing to say. I mean, he's honest about it, right? He's honest. That's how it works, right? Using women to farm content. That's numero uno of psychopathy and sexism. Like, it's sexist to be doing this.
I didn't want it to happen so fast. I didn't know if I wanted to be Emmy, but she told me about a stalker that came to her house with a bat, and she didn't live at her house anymore. I'm telling you everything, chat, okay? Come on. I'm telling you the whole story.
That's fair.
Sit down and relax.
I think that's fair enough.
Take a seat.
I'm moving this in.
Dude, their chats are like 13 years old, and they're talking about this. Like, you can tell. I mean, probably a lot of man-childs in there, too, that he influenced. They made think, okay, you can act like this. It's fine to act like this and be a man-child and put all your problems on everybody else when you have money. That's what he's saying.
I told her to come move in with me in Austin because she had a stalker, and we wanted.
That's what he puts off. That's not what he's saying, but that's what this guy is giving. Like, he is making me think that he thinks it's okay to act any way that you want as long as you have status and money. That's it.
Make content.
He's living in a lot. Like, look at this. Look in the background. You can see the city in the window. Like, he has money. He probably trashes his apartment just to make it look like he doesn't. Puts the TV on the floor. Like, this is complete manipulation. Manipulation. Okay? This guy is a pro manipulator, and I'm only 5 minutes into the video, and I know this. I've lived with manipulators for a while.
The guy will probably be scared since there's a bunch of people around instead of her in her Kansas home by herself. From there, our relationship started growing very fast. Within just weeks of moving in, she would sit in my room with me late at night, and I would watch Pokemon over and over again, Season 1. I loved it because she made me feel like it
W season.
was because it felt like my childhood and a place of calmness. She would fall asleep in my bed. With some nights, we would touch our backs or legs together. We knew we liked each other. We just knew it was a bad idea. Talks of her joining OTK happened fast as well, and I knew that if we were potentially going to date, we'd have to keep it a secret. Nobody was allowed to know. Streamers as well were already...
So before you guys were going to potentially date, he doesn't mention that they were even talking about it or like discussing anything. He said that they were flirting over the phone. and he is saying that if potentially before they were going to date, he already knew.
Talks of her joining OTK happened fast as well, and I knew that if we were potentially going to date, we'd have to keep it a secret.
They'd have to keep it a secret. Explain why. Why do you have to keep it a secret?
Nobody was allowed to know. Streamers as well were already starting to resent me, saying that it was a
he's
shitty
not gonna
thing that
explain.
I moved Emmy in so fast and replaced Maya.
He'd have to keep it a secret. Okay, well, that's just not explained at all. He doesn't tell us why or anything. He doesn't give us a reason for keeping it a secret. Am I just a stupid streamer who doesn't understand having a relationship on the internet? Like, is he saying that if I have a female streamer in my stream and having a relationship with her would ruin the content, that's even worse. Because he knows that whoever's in the chat is donating and paying to show that they're like, I don't know. It's such weird thinking. I can't even like say this with full like confidence that he's trying to manipulate the chat into thinking that they have a chance or something. Like, that's so weird. That is so weird. To put a female streamer or female in general on your stream just for people to think that they have a chance and that way they will pay more money. Like, well, why keep it a secret
so quickly? If people found out we were dating, I could be hated by my peers and lose what I created in OTK. I didn't know if
why. Whoa, what are these weird claims, man?
We were going to date, and I knew if we were going to make it happen, it was going to be very stressful. But I had no idea what was going to come.
Oh, poor you. Poor you. His peers would not like him having a girlfriend. What? What are you, just whipped? What is this? Did your boyfriend you don't want your boyfriend to find out that you have a girlfriend? What is this?
It was the beginning of January of 2022. Emmy just had her huge party in an arcade celebrating her birthday on stream. Everyone from Austin was there, and as we were celebrating her joining OTK, there was a huge scare. Someone outside in the parking lot rammed into my Audi R8 and drove off. And while we were outside thinking...
Did you have insurance?
It was a schizo viewer, we were told that the person who just hit my car was now inside holding a gun.
What? Whoa, back up.
Idea what was...
Is he just not explaining things right? He's just jumping around things to make like, to make suspense?
Streamers as well were already starting to resent me, saying that it was a shitty thing that I moved Emmy in so fast and replaced Maya so quickly. If people found out we were dating, I could be hated by my peers and lose what I created in OTK. I didn't know if we were going to date, and I knew...
Oh, he didn't know that they were going to date. He didn't know that they were going to date. He assumed in the beginning that they were flirting over the phone, and he didn't know if they were going to date. And he assumed that his chat or peers or whatever would hate him. I don't think his peers would hate him. I think the chat would hate him. On not giving the relationship a little time. A lot of people jump out of relationships, jump right back into relationships. They're dependent on relationships for emotional reassurance. Hey,
we were going to...
Hey. Once I hear growling, you're acting too crazy, Puck. You're acting a little too crazy. Chill out.
To make it happen...
You just gotta rub him on the belly, chat. Let him know.
It was going to be very stressful. But I had no idea what was going to come.
It's gonna be so stressful having a girlfriend while I'm streaming. Like, I can't with this guy. Has he ever been in a fight?
It was the beginning of January of 2022.
Has this guy ever had to, like, do anything that defends himself without his own, like, verbal words? Like, I just can't with this guy. It feels like he's like a teenager or something.
Emmy just had her huge party in an arcade celebrating her birthday on stream.
Hey, baby.
Everyone from Austin was there, and as we were celebrating her joining OTK, there was a huge scare. Someone outside in the parking lot rammed into my Audi R8 and drove off. And while we were outside thinking it was a schizo viewer, we were told that the person who just hit my car was now inside holding a gun. This scared us to no end. Me and Connery's pants ran inside in fear to get everyone out and make sure everything is okay. My first concern was Emmy. I wanted her to be safe. The cops came, the drunk driver did have a gun, and was sentenced to 3 to 5 years in prison. Me and Emmy were terrified that night. And on the way home, I grabbed her hand, and she grabbed mine, and we knew we were trauma bonded.
Okay, chat. I'm just going to say it. It crashed into his Audi R8. He's driving an Audi R8. The damages are not the problem. He probably had insurance on his Audi R8. The guy pulling a gun out in traffic. This isn't just a random occurrence. This isn't something that happens with most people who crash into like nice cars. It's a drunk driver, right? But I believe that what caused the drunk driver to get mad, you know, or what caused them to crash into them, is probably why he wanted to pull a gun. Who knows? Maybe Miskif threw the middle finger out the window. Put emiru in danger. Even worse. Even worse of a situation. What if he had horrible anger issues that he is just trying so desperately to hide? So desperately. But we will see it later on in this video. His anger comes out when he's calm. That he's trained himself, I can tell. He trains himself to turn off his emotions, become absolutely calm when it is fitting. And that is how he channels his anger, by getting revenge.
And we didn't want to let go.
I lived with a psychopath.
We would wake up together, stream together, and hang out with each other all night. She quickly became my best friend, and someone that I felt for the first time I was in love with.
Yo,
we hung out all day,
guys, we
every
listened
day.
to Emmy's
We were
story.
always so happy with each other.
I'm listening to his. Like, I was being weird about it.
Playing games until the night, loving every moment we were with each other. It felt poor.
I think it's important to give everybody his story a chance.
I remember one day I left my house. She called me just so we can be on the phone.
I'm missing so
On
much.
the way home, I grabbed her hand, and she grabbed mine. And we knew we were trauma bonded, and we didn't want to let go. We would wake up together, stream together, and hang out with each other all night. She quickly became my best
What a beautiful thing to start a relationship over trauma.
friend. And someone that I felt for the first time I was in love with.
Yo,
We hung out all day,
guys, we
every
listened
day.
to Emmy's
We were
story.
always so happy with each
Like,
other.
I'm listening to his. Like, I was being weird about it.
Playing games until the night, loving every moment we were with each other. It felt poor.
I think it's important to give everybody his story a chance.
I remember one
Like,
day I
what?
left my house. She called me just so we can be on the phone together, as we always did. And we were playing a song called Falling in Love with You with Elvis came on, and I felt that love. First time I felt love for a girl, and I thought I'd want it to never let it go.
Oh my gosh. Or a girl? People will take that out of context. I'm sure he's straight, but that's just funny. That's funny how he says that. It's the first time I felt love for a girl, you guys. When a guy pulled a gun on me and then we grabbed hands. Like, what the fuck?
The first year of our relationship, we almost had no fights. We started to date officially in January of 2022, and up until my cancellation, everything was perfect.
I'm sorry, what?
Love for a
So,
girl,
so he,
and I
oh,
with you.
notice something. Notice something. He's turning it off now.
With Elvis came on, and I felt that love.
Okay, he's recalling things that should be deep and, you know, something that should be, like, meaningful in his life because it's the first girl he fell in love with, right? Shouldn't he be sad about this?
First time I felt love for a girl, and I thought I'd want it to never let it go. The first year of our relationship,
You can tell a lot by a person when they're blinking, anyway.
we almost had no fights. We started to date
Aw.
officially in January of 2022, and up until
Star,
my
you were so
cancellation,
cute.
everything was perfect. She brushed over that I threw water bottles or my phone near her, but that wasn't during fights. I want to make that very clear. It would be me throwing my phone on my bed when I brushed my teeth.
XQCL.
She did tell me she got a bruise from it, and I stopped. That's all that I had. The first year of our relationship, we almost had no fights. We started
Almost no fights.
to date officially in January of 2022, and up until my cancellation, everything was perfect. She brushed over that I threw water bottles or my phone near her, but that wasn't during fights. I want to make that very clear. It would be me throwing my phone on my bed when I brushed my teeth.
XQCL.
He wants to make it very clear that when he was endangering her, he was unapologetic in this moment, talking about endangering somebody or being hurtful to somebody. He is absolutely emotionless while he's saying this. He does not care that he was throwing bottles or whatever, or being passive aggressive, or these are So there's a truth to every lie, right? There's a truth to every lie, and there's a lie to every truth. Like, if there's a good and a bad side to everything, then you must know that these are possibilities, right?
She brushed over that I threw water bottles or my phone near her, but that wasn't during fights. I want to make that.
It wasn't during fights. But if he was aggressive or angry at somebody, and he's being passive aggressive and just trying to, you know, get the point through that he's angry or mad, like these are situations that were important to her, right? She says it in her stream, in her revealing of what happened. He is just brushing over it like it didn't barely happen, and it's excuses. It's excuses, and he should be apologetic. If that was threatening in any manner to her, and she felt that way, she did feel that way, he's just doesn't, he's wiping it off like it wasn't, right? He just doesn't want anybody to think that he was being a passive-aggressive prick throwing phones and water balls at her. He says near her.
2022, and up until my cancellation, everything was perfect. She brushed over that I threw water bottles or my phone near her, but that wasn't
Near her. Is that like throwing a dish near somebody? Is that like throwing a rock near somebody? Like you're trying to get the point through? Like, hey, I will fuck you up or something, you know, like I will hurt you if you don't do what I say type thing. Who knows? Who knows what he's trying to do here? I think he should change his name from Ms. Kiff to Manipulate Kiff.
during fights. I want to make that very clear. It would be me throwing my phone on my bed when I brushed my teeth. She did tell me she got a bruise from it, and I stopped. That's all.
Whoa.
That wasn't during fights. I want to make that very clear. It would be me throwing my phone on my bed when I brushed my teeth. She did tell me she got a bruise from it, and I stopped. That's.
I just want to, like, if everybody's taking this for fact, and if they don't see how this could be taken in a bad way, then just look at his body language.
But that wasn't during fights.
Look at his eyes.
I want to make that very clear. It would be me throwing my phone on my bed when I brushed my teeth. She did tell me she got a bruise from it, and I stopped.
He blinks every time he lies, right? Every single lie in this sentence.
But that wasn't during fights.
It wasn't. He blinks, right? Eyes open. Confident because he's not lying, but closing his eyes when he's lying.
I want to make that very clear.
He wants to make it clear. He doesn't know if it's being made clear. In confidence.
It would be me throwing my phone on my...
Throwing his phone, right? When he blinks there, you know that he feels nervous about talking about throwing the phone. Why would you feel nervous about it? You know? Unless it was very hard thrown. You know, you toss a phone at somebody, those things barely weigh like a few grams, you know? 200 grams. Hey, Puck. Puck, you're not gonna beat the allegations, buddy. I'm gonna make you do a live stream where you have to talk about how you keep throwing your phone at Star.
My bed when I brushed my teeth. She did tell me she got a bruise from it, and I stopped. That's all that happened. I will throw you.
And I stopped. I just want to go back and focus on the blinking.
Over that I threw water bottles or my phone near her, but that
wasn't. Blinks again.
Wasn't during fights.
Wasn't during fights. Blink, blink, blink. Because he was being passive aggressive. In his mind, he was angry. She was probably just being, you know, trying to not open up, or probably was feeling, you know, trapped or something. Who knows? Who knows what she was feeling in that moment? But this is all up in the air, right? Until we see proof, until we see photos. But two sides of a story have already been put out there by the two people who are in the situation, and it can be debunked. Everything that they're saying has a truth behind it, and not like just blatantly put out there. Emiru is very hard to listen to when you're watching her stream because she is crying the whole entire time. I do feel like that is how this sort of situation would make you react, though. If it were with your first love, right? If you guys were that young and if you guys had that much trauma bonding that you guys went through, like I'm talking, this is coming from a guy who was homeless with a girl for 2 years. I know what trauma bonding is, my guy. This is such baby shit. Why are you lying about throwing phones and bottles? Like, who, if it wasn't that big a deal, why even cover it, you know?
Make that very clear.
And the reason he's covering it, the reason, quote unquote, is because she brought it out that she did get bruised and that she was being threatened and that he was being passive aggressive. She said that. She kind of like laid out all the lies that he can't even prepare for. He can't say anything now that doesn't sound like a lie.
Water bottles or my phone near her, but that wasn't during fights. I want to make that very clear. It would be me throwing my phone on my bed when I brushed my teeth.
Blink, blink, blink. Anyway.
She did tell me she got a bruise from it, and I stopped. That's all that happened. I will throw you and show you an example, chat.
He is tiny. Oh boy. You're telling me a dude who looks like he like kind of goes to the gym was what? Oh my. A dude who looks like he kind of goes to the gym or jerks off a lot, I don't know, does squats, throws it back with only one leg because, whatever. This guy is not a threatening thing to Emiru. She's tiny. She's like a twig. He could hurt her very badly.
Damn, hold on.
Right here.
The courts do look at that, by the way. They do look at like the mass of a guy compared to his victim, right? They do look at that. They used to anyway. I'm not sure if they do now. I don't go to court. I don't know much about that. I do know that people get settled in court very quickly because of that, though.
Oh, we can't look at wait.
I would throw my phone on the bed.
That was pretty hard throw, my guy. He is being honest. That's a pretty hard throw. That's a passive-aggressive throw. That is a throw. Do you see the arms on this dude?
That's all that happened. I will throw you and show you an example, chat.
He threw it pretty hard. He can throw a phone pretty hard. It's an option. It's not what happened. It is likely. Highly likely that he was being passive-aggressive and threw the phone very hard at her. As demonstrated.
Damn, hold on.
Right here. Look at me.
And that is assault.
Look at wait.
Whether it's an accident or not, it's assault. And it should be respected as such. Otherwise, we all end up throwing phones at each other and making apology videos and getting away with it. Accidentally.
Because I was going to bed, so I would just throw the phone.
Accidents don't work in court, my guy.
That's it.
Because there's no justice for the victim when it's an accident.
And when that's the whole thing. I didn't throw it at her. I want to make that very clear. I never threw it at her. I never hit her. And she even said in her situation.
Okay, let's look at this cat.
I never threw it at her. I never hit her. And she even said.
I don't think you guys can see it. Let me zoop. Let's look at this cat over here, chat. You see that? You see that big old boy right there with his tail between his legs? Why is the cat's tail like that? Why is the cat so overweight? Would you call this a well taken care of cat, chat?
In this sentence.
Why is the cat's tail like that, chat? This is important. This is very fucking important. After the Hasanabi stuff, it's all coming out. Cat's tails don't usually do that. Unless they're broken.
In her situation, that she bruises easily.
I'm willing to intake this information.
She brushed over that I had the water bottles with her on my my phone near her, but that wasn't during our fights. It would be throwing my phone on my bed when I brush my teeth. She did tell me she got bruises from it, and I stopped. That's all that happened. That's it. I did feel a lot of stress over the time of our relationship up until
you're feeling a lot of stress right now.
On my my phone near and when
if you're not convinced that this guy's a pathological liar, then you need to like just take some psychology or just Google it. Literally just Google it. The signs of lying, like body language and everything, because it's a factual thing. They put people underneath lie detector tests in order to see. And I believe every single apology video that has everything up in the air, if I will hook myself up to a lie detector test if I ever end up in a controversy that is hard to explain and has no proof. I will hook myself up to a lie detector test. That is how you know the truth. Scientifically.
That's the whole thing. I didn't throw it at her. I want to make that very clear.
This guy would not pass a lie detector test.
That's it. And when that's the whole thing. I didn't throw it at her. I want to make that very clear.
I want him to repeat every single thing he's saying in this video, hooked up to a lie detector test. I will put money on it. $1,000. $1,000 if he passes with flying colors. This guy is a pathological liar. I want him to say every single thing he said in this video. He's not going to do it. I'm a tiny streamer. I get that. But I'm saying that's the point I'm trying to make. I am so confident that if he was put to the test scientifically, he would fail. Because this guy wants to cover up the blatant pathological abuse that he was trying to inflict on Emiru in order to get his point across that, oh, I'm angry. I'm angry about how you're treating me. He was trying to force her to treat him some type of way that she didn't feel comfortable doing. And maybe it was because he didn't know if they were going to be in a relationship, right? But this was into the relationship. This was already into the relationship. Like, she's laying on his bed or something. He's throwing phones at her.
I never threw it at her. I never hit her. And she even said in her situation that she bruised.
I'm sorry, what?
That's the whole thing. I didn't throw it at her. I want to make that very clear. I never.
He just said he did throw it at her.
Threw it at her.
Then why did it bruise her?
I never hit her. And she even said in her situation that she bruises easily.
I'm willing to intake this information.
Blink, 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 looks away, blink, blink, blink.
My phone near her, but that wasn't during our fights. It would be throwing my phone on my bed when I brush my teeth. She did tell me she got bruises from it, and I stopped. That's all that happened. That's it.
The licking the lips, huge sign of stress. The dismissal, huge sign of lying. That's it. The biggest the biggest words that liars use in order to dismiss. That's it. That's all I have to say. Because he knows he's already said too much.
I did feel a lot of stress over the time of our relationship up until this point from her stalkers. From the ones that would show up at her old house, and also stalkers that just had from her TikTok postings. We found after being with each other that her stalkers had a lot from would come to her a lot from her short form content.
Chad, from a PR standpoint,
these people were schizophrenic and would think that she is.
I'm sorry. What?
We found after being with each other that her stalkers had a lot from would come to her a lot from her short form content.
Chad, from a PR standpoint,
these people were schizophrenic and would think that she is talking to them.
I would just bite the bullets.
Whether it was songs she played, the way she looked at the screen, or just the titles of the videos, These people started to feel she was talking to them and come to our house to stalk her. These people thought in their heads they were dating her. They were out of their mind and dangerous.
I mean, I believe him on this, even though he's giving weird vibes about it. I'm sure that he just wants people to think that she brought stress into his life because she had stalkers or something. Like, dude, she got sexually harassed at TwitchCon. Like, that makes sense that people in her chat think that they're in a relationship, or they really want to be, or they don't know if they're going to be in a relationship. You might be one of those guys. Why did you choose her? Were you one of the stalkers that just had more clout than her or something? The evil behind this guy's eyes is unbearable. I believe that this guy could commit crimes that we have not seen. We don't know about. And he would feel perfectly fine with it because he's been lying for so long.
I told her, if
Behind
we're
a
going to be
camera.
serious about this relationship, I need her to stop posting as much and to not farm these people. She agreed and understood that
So he took away her weird fan base in order to grow his.
it was a safety concern for not only if we're
Listen
gonna be-
to
they
the
were out of
confliction that he puts into his voice.
their mind and dangerous.
The licking the lips, man. Just use chapstick or drink water
I told her, if
out of a bigger bottle.
we're going to be serious about this relationship, I need her to stop posting as much and to not farm these people. She agreed and understood that it was a safety concern for not only me, but the house. Russell, Simply, Corey, or anyone that was in my house, or anyone.
The dipping the head, the like absolute certainty that this, you cannot do this type vibe that he's giving here, and like he's controlling her. You have no choice but to do this, or I'm leaving you. I believe that's what happened, chat. Anybody who's been through an abusive situation where somebody's holding you hostage with their better situation than you, it's either you do what I say, or you end up in a worse situation than you were. Because he's... Obviously, she was not in the best situation. She wanted to be in a better one, right?
That was near us. She agreed that she wouldn't want to hurt anyone else and knew that posting these types of TikToks and posts can mess with us and is something I'm not comfortable with as a guy. So she would tell me that if I had a problem to let her know.
I'm sorry.
Posting these types of TikToks and posts can mess with us and is something I'm not comfortable with as a guy.
Can mess with us. Is this like provocative? Is she being provocative on TikTok or something? I don't know. I haven't seen it. I know she's like pretty or whatever, but like why try to control every aspect of her life, man? Like, what's up with you? Are you insecure about yourself and therefore you are jealous that these other guys will get more attention or something? Like, why are you so threatened by TikToks?
She agreed that she wouldn't want to hurt anyone else and knew that posting these types of TikToks and
She wouldn't want to hurt anyone else. She obviously didn't want to hurt anybody. She obviously is not that kind of person. Most people don't want to hurt people on purpose, right? That's why you didn't do it on purpose, right? Most people don't want to do that because it has no benefit. Psychopaths even know this. Psychopaths know that it has no benefit to hurt people. Like, it's just... It's a thing that you just do. You are hurting her. But apparently she's hurting people, right? Mm-hmm. The manipulation is real with this one.
can mess with us and is something I'm not comfortable with as a guy. So she would tell me that if I had a problem to let her know. And at first it was minor things here and there, but over time it got harder and harder to deal with.
I don't think chat understands. You're not getting
There were more stress on.
Oh my gosh. This guy hasn't had to deal with anything in his life. That's why it was so hard. So hard to deal with. So hard to deal with these TikToks and these strangers coming around. You just didn't have good security. You could have had cameras. You could have had deterrence. But instead you put her in danger once again. You both are putting each other in danger. I'm not sure. I'm not speaking for her or anything. I think that she did not have very much concern for herself. putting herself into these situations. It is her fault for even choosing to do this. And this is the price she had to pay for wanting more clout or whatever she was doing to raise her numbers. There's evil behind all of this. And feeling bad for either two of these people is kind of crazy. It's kind of crazy because they sought all this out. They wanted this to happen. This is not something that a fluke that happened out of nowhere. It was something that was brought upon by their own decisions.
Top of this, we both had to hide the relationship from everyone. If anyone found out or was known, I could get in a ton of trouble with OTK and cause a ton of problems. Would you guys stop spamming never sub?
Explain
never
why.
Chat.
Relax.
I wasn't listening that much. Did you say posting stuff unrelated?
I told her if we were going to be serious about this relationship, I need to stop posting as much and to not farm these people. And then there was more stress on top of this. We both had to hide the relationship from everyone. If anyone found out or was known, I can get in a ton of trouble with OTK and can cause a ton of problems in my life. So I lied to all of my old friends, S-Fan included, who lived just next door to me.
It's controlling,
and everyone in
Dude, S-Fan, I can't believe like that guy's still being mentioned. What happened to him?
And then there was more stress on top of this. We both had to hide the relationship from everyone. If anyone found out or was known, I can get in a ton of trouble with OTK and can call.
Oh my gosh. So him hurting her career and making them have a secret relationship, which is awful thing to do for your relationship. Just be proud of each other. Just be proud of what you want to be and everything. Like, why make it a secret? And if you can't take the heat from your friends, quote unquote, or OTK, I don't even know what this is. If you can't take the heat from that, then don't get into the relationship in the first place. Don't put yourself in that situation. It's not her fault. You put her through this. This is all your planning, dude. That's what you wanted. That's not what she wanted. She agreed to it because you're the big streamer guy. I don't even know if this guy had a bigger platform than her, but it's obvious that she was seeking out more clout, and therefore you shout and get mad because you knew that she was after that. And I that's what's going on. And like that is exactly what's going on. That's going to come out. If it doesn't come out, then it was not meant to be. But it was, this guy had more clout. She wanted the clout. He knew she wanted the clout, and therefore he was able to treat her any way that he wanted. It's an abusive relationship, and he was okay with it.
Caused a ton of problems in my life. So I lied to all of my old friends, S-Fan included, who lived just next door to me.
It's controlling,
and everyone in OTK. And that was very hard for me to do.
Stay strong, Miz. This will pass.
We had a doggy door between our rooms, just so we can hide it from everyone else, including my roommates.
But up to this point, it's still a boundary.
We would lock the doors to avoid our roommates finding out. As time went on, they found out, but to most of our friends in the Austin circle, they never officially knew.
As time went on, they found out. Who knows if they were even in a relationship, dude? I don't think that emiru had any feelings for this guy. I can't say that with certainty, but I don't think that she did. Because if she did, then they would have been in a relationship, like, very soon. She stretched that out, chat. She felt uncomfortable the whole fucking time. And I understand why she was crying on stream. Because imagine, putting yourself in that situation, imagine pretending to be in a relationship with a celebrity or whatever. A stupid celebrity, an asshole, a celebrity that apparently, like, passive-aggressively takes everything out on you. And says that that you're the problem and not them. Like, he hasn't admitted to any of his faults in any of this. That's how he should have handled this. He should have had the bad side of, oh, I did this, I did that. Please forgive me. No, there's none of that here.
That stress alone would drive anyone mad, but our love for each other was strong, and we knew we can handle it. So, in September in 2000...
Instead, you're seeing a lot of him speaking for her.
2022, a lot of you guys know, I was canceled by Trainwrecks and others trying to claim I covered up sexual assault. It was proven wrong, but that destroyed my mental health. I felt like my brain cracked, and I was never the same since.
What do you do when you lie, chat? Do you say things while crying in order to manipulate emotion? Do you say things while being absolutely serious to make them believe you?
Trying to claim I covered up sexual assault. It was proven wrong, but that destroyed my mental health. I felt like my brain cracked, and I was never the same since. I was suicidal, depressed, and I didn't know what to do.
Okay, that's I was suicidal and depressed, dude. Don't even. You were not. You would not be here if you were. You would have been in an ambulance. You would have papers for that, actually. You would have actual papers if you were actually suicidal. This is educational. You would have papers. You would have been institutionalized if you were. If she cared about you and she called 911 or whatever when you were acting manic or something, that would have ruined her situation, right? She would have been kicked out on the street. Who knows what her situation was? I don't. Do you? I don't know. But thinking of this as like a victim sort of view, he's saying that he was suicidal. Who knows how many times he said that to her? That's manipulation. It's crazy. It's psychotic to say that to people. Like, you should not be saying that to people. You should feel way more shame in wanting to take your own life.
But that destroyed my mental health. I felt
He's
like
proud
my
of
brain
it.
cracked, and I was never the same since. I was suicidal, depressed, and I didn't know what to do with my own life.
And I'm not saying everybody should act the way I do. No, I'm not saying that. I'm saying these are facts. These are actual facts that not researchers, that what are they? Not therapists. Psychologists. This is what psychologists study about the human behavior. And if everybody knew a little bit more, I feel like they should teach psychology in high school. Dead ass. That would change everything in this country.
Life. Every day felt like an absolute nightmare. I was losing OTK, my mental health, and all my friends. Emiru was one of the only people that were there for me. She ditched sponsors to go with me to Japan.
Dry our lips.
She went with me anywhere I needed because she wanted me
Even
to be
chat
happy.
knows.
And she knew sometimes I freaked out, I lashed out, but she loved me and she knew I was in a terrible mental place.
Okay, he's getting emotional now. He's getting emotional now when he feels the guilt, right? He's lashing out. What'd you do when you lashed out, Mizkiv?
And all my friends. Emiru was one of the only people that were there for me. She ditched sponsors to go with me to Japan.
Dry our lips.
She went with me anywhere I needed because she wanted me to be happy. And she knew sometimes I freaked out, I lashed out, but she loved me and she knew I was in a terrible mental place. It got so bad that stress and constant talking about the same things over and over and no sleep and depression that most of my hair started to fall out and Emiru started to hurt herself while we were in Japan.
Where's the proof? But also, were you tearing your hair out? Were you cutting your hair short? Were you trying to make yourself more ugly or something? Were you trying to test her? There's a lot of things behind this. I just don't believe a thing that he's saying at this point. And that is how you should look at it. You should look at every single conversation that you have with another person subjectively and from a different point of view in order to know the truth. Because the truth comes out. The truth is already there behind everything everybody's saying. If he had not made this video, it probably would have been a better case for him. Because this is just blatant proof. It's so blatant. If you were a psychologist and you watch this, I implore a psychologist on YouTube to watch this and not say the same things that I'm saying.
I'm listening.
As this time happened, I was a massive wreck. Couldn't think straight, and
Excuses.
being that emiru hung out with me all day.
That's what my stepdad, everybody I worked with, everybody I knew from his family. Excuses are ugly. No excuses. As soon as I said anything growing up from age 8 to 14, no excuses. And I wasn't even around him, right? But these are the small conversations I had with my stepdad. There's no excuses. Every time I tried to make an excuse that I couldn't get out of bed, right? After pulling the weeds in the Doyon facility yard for 80 bucks. I pulled all these 4-foot tall weeds using my tiny legs. I'm 5'6". I used my tiny legs to pull all these weeds out of this. I think it was like 6-acre land or something smaller, maybe smaller. It was a yard. It's a yard to store housing in a huge facility where they store gigantic machinery and stuff. It's a big place, right? And it's all a gravel pit. And I pulled all these weeds, and the next day I could not stand. My legs hurt so bad that I could not get out of bed. I could not move my legs. I had to stay in bed all fucking day. And I had called in an hour before I was supposed to go, right? Before I was supposed to get up and get picked up. And he said, "No excuses, you can at least show up." You know? Yeah. I know what it's like, my guy, to be abused. I know where she's coming from. You can't expect people to act the way that you want in your head. You manic psychopath.
I'm listening.
As this time happened, I was a massive wreck. Couldn't think straight, and being that emiru hung out with me all day, she too started to become high-strung. Ugh. We would yell at each other, fight, and argue all the time. Things we never once did. I felt this relationship was taking a huge strain, but I thought it could be fixed over time.
When he says never once did, I want to see him blink.
We would yell at each other, fight, and argue all the time.
It's weird that he talks about all this other stuff. Like, I want to feel sympathy for this guy, trust me. It's weird that he was talking about all this other stuff that was, like, supposed to be very, like, the beginning of the relationship. The more sad stuff, because it's like, I miss that time. Instead, he feels bad and cries and is nervous about the abuse that he was inflicting on her. Guilt.
We never once did. I felt this relationship was taking a huge strain, but I thought it could be fixed over time.
A huge drain on him.
Since things were just so amazing that first year. But
okay, there we go. There we go. That's real. That's real. That feels real. That okay, even if it's acting, it feels real, right? That is how you should be acting about the first year. I'm sure you missed those times that you didn't know that you guys were going to be in a relationship.
I think people are being too harsh about this.
But as we stayed around longer, I started resenting her a lot more. You can take it out of remote-only mode. But as we stayed around longer, I started resenting her a lot more.
I can leave if you want later, but
I never want to talk about
like.
Emiru has a lot of rabbits. It was her calling when she first moved in.
Oh, wait, all of it goes away. All that emotion just goes away as soon as he realizes that he's crying on stream.
But as we stayed around longer, I started resenting her a lot more.
Boom, right back into it. Started resenting her a lot more.
I can leave if you want later, but
he doesn't want to talk about it because he's already saying things that make him look bad, right? He doesn't want to look bad. He doesn't know how to not look bad in this situation. Totally get it, my guy.
Like,
Emiru has a lot of rabbits. It was her calling when she first moved in.
Boom, straight onto the rabbits right after that super serious, super deep conversation where he was actually opening up, apparently. He goes straight to the rabbits. Let's hear this. For those who don't know, this is absolute bullshit.
These were a big part of her life. But as those rabbits moved out of her room and into the living room, they started
Pardon
to
my
see
French.
disgusting neglect. No food, no water, sometimes not having clean bedding for weeks. I, along with many others who would come over, would give them what they needed, and I would tell her all the time to take care of them, but to no avail. She completely neglected those rabbits. So much that many of them just died over 1 year of being around in my house.
Jesus, fucking XQC, man. You should have cut that off sooner, man.
Care of them, but to no avail. She completely neglected those rabbits. So much that many of them just died over 1 year of being around in my house. My cleaning ladies would clean them just because they felt terrible. And
His cleaning ladies would clean them. So they were taken care of. They were taken care of. His cleaning ladies would clean them because they felt terrible.
in my house. My cleaning ladies would clean them just because they felt terrible. And my brother once came over and said, and I quote, "If you ever marry this woman, I'll never forgive you."
He doesn't. It's not like this. Come on. Jesus Christ!
Didn't even know there was TTS going on.
Oh, that was his chat. Okay, it wasn't XQC's chat, it was Miskiff chat, my bad. Why the fuck would you have TTS on during this? You money-hungry, greedy pig.
Jesus Christ!
Didn't even know there was TTS going on.
You didn't know? You've been doing this for 10 years and you didn't know? You should be a professional, right? 10,000 hours or something like that? Instead, you spent half of that time abusing a poor, or no, a quarter of that time abusing a poor woman who didn't have any chance to defend herself. And you took away any chance that she had.
Hold on one sec.
Guys, I'm unbiased.
Emiru said something. No, you're not unbiased, XQC, entirely, because you know who these guys are. I don't know who these guys are. I literally, like, until this thing that's happening now on Twitch, the importance of it, I didn't know. I didn't know who these guys are. I don't know who OTK is. I don't even know what these guys are famous for. I thought Miskiff was like a Minecraft streamer and Emiru. I didn't know. I don't know. Right? Completely unbiased. I just see humans acting in front of a camera in order to get a reaction that they want, right? Manipulating the situation. He's trying to turn off the TTS. He had the TTS on. He had the TTS on in order to make money, in order to provoke people into donating for TTS. Who knows how much he charges for that, right?
I always think the both sides of the story. Yeah, you can have reservations, but I think being immature about
Here is a video up close of Emiru's rabbit.
Pause the video, XQC, my guy. Like, just pause it.
I think it's odd.
These are small little
Unless it's a
mites
live
that are
stream.
inside
Unless
the-
he's watching this live. Okay. I didn't see this picture. These are mites. These are insects. I don't know what all this is, but that's insects. That's just rabbit poo. That's pee. And these are bugs. These are big, hefty bugs that were probably living on the rabbits. That's not good. That's not good, Emerald. At least get flea spray or something, you know? There's mint. You could put mint in there to deter this. This is very bad.
rabbit cage, and she didn't care. She completely neglected these animals, and I'm not going to sit around and let people say that she didn't. People who came to my house knew that they were neglected.
What's that?
This is an up-close view
I did not see this, okay? I saw the blurry picture.
of the rabbit cage.
Yep, they're moving.
Being
You can see them
completely
moving. That's
disgusting and
disgusting. I can't. That's... Okay, everybody gets the point there. We're not going to keep that on the screen.
Ew! What?
Who knows if that was faked? Who knows? But I think the rabbits are in there for a split second too. You can see them hopping around. I don't want to go back. I don't.
Ew! What?
That's an appropriate reaction, my guy.
Okay. I would tell her to take care of them all the time, but to no avail. She completely neglected those rabbits, so much that many died just over a year or two of being around in my house. My cleaning ladies would clean them just because they felt bad, and my brother
What,
once
is the
came
rabbit
over and
currently
said
living
that
in
if I
there,
marry
or was
her,
it
he'll never
removed
forgive
and
me.
then the mites got in because
In fact,
over time
when Maya came over during my cancellation, she actually commented on Emiru's rabbits and said, "These rabbits are completely neglected, and this is disgusting." Emiru wouldn't clean the cages, and the smell became so bad that we started to have the rabbits just be outside. I told her if that's the case, she's got to make sure she's giving them water, because they are her responsibility. Instead, these rabbits were left outside in 100-degree heat with no food or
What the fuck? What? Was it her choice to put him outside? Hold up.
came over during my cancellation. She
because
in fact,
over time
In
when
fact,
Maya came
swallow.
over during my cancellation, she actually commented on Emiru's rabbits and said, "These rabbits are completely neglected, and this is disgusting." Emiru wouldn't clean the cages, and the smell became
believe
so
that.
bad that we started to have the rabbits just be outside. I told her if that's the case, she's got to make sure she's giving them water, because they are her responsibility. Instead, these rabbits were left outside in 100-degree heat with no food or water or anything.
Outside
Most
where?
of the time being in cages with no bedding besides poop all over the place.
In the sun?
Emmy didn't care. She would sit inside and play League of Legends all day. And what this showed me is that I don't want her to be my children's mother.
Who knows if it was her idea to put them outside or if it was his idea? Who knows?
And I couldn't see myself marrying her.
Okay, who cares? Nobody wants
The
to
fight from
marry
these
you.
times started to get worse. I would constantly want to be farther and farther from her.
Especially not
I
after
would use her
this.
for content, but after stream would want to be alone. I didn't know how to break up with her or end things. She was a co-owner of my org, the only person
Is he insinuating that she wanted to marry him? Like, what kind of weird statement is that?
I knew, and the strain of the relationship and hiding the relationship was really taking a toll on me. On top of that, the stalkers were getting worse. One stalker came to my house, and I had to point a gun at him for 30 minutes until the cops came.
There you have it, chat. That's all, folks. That's all, folks. Oh, man, the truth comes out.
Person I knew, and the strain of the relationship and hiding the relationship was really taking a toll on me. On top of that, the stalkers were getting worse. One stalker came to my house, and I had to point a gun at him for 30 minutes until the cops came.
Had to. Is this the response to the Emiru stream? Yes. Yeah, and this is this is XQC's from 8 hours ago. We're talking about Mizkiv pulling a gun on a guy who came to his house. Stalkers, quote unquote, right? Fans? Maybe. How'd they know where they lived? Who knows? Who knows? I think a lot of this has to do with him putting her in situations that she couldn't get out of, though.
These stalkers are no joke, and the pressure from the relationship, the anger I felt.
And just so you know, Click 3D, I don't know who these guys are. I've never, like, I know who XQC is. He's funny. I don't know who Mizkif is. I don't know who Emiru is. I just found out all this because of the Twitch. Like, I'm waiting for the downfall of Twitch. That's that, and I'm hoping that this video gives adherence to the situation, because this guy is lying out his ass the whole video,
felt,
and
the
this will be on my
stalkers-
YouTube, unedited.
and the stalkers
validated.
as a whole really made us lash out at each other. She would tell me that she doesn't realize what she's doing, that she didn't understand what she was doing wrong, but I would constantly tell her on and off stream that she needs to do more because these stalkers are getting worse. I know
The absolute lack of emotion in his voice while saying all of this, like he's her dad or something. Just because she's living with him, he's able to treat her like this. That's what he felt in the moment.
cops came. These stalkers are no joke, and the pressure from the relationship, the anger I felt.
No
and the
joke that you
stalkers-
had to pull the Glock on him.
and the stalkers
30 minutes.
really made us laugh.
30 minutes is a long ass time to be pointing a gun at somebody. That's holding somebody hostage. If the person that the cops were coming to remove, if that person did not have a gun on them and they were just on the property and not able to leave because they were being held hostage with a gun, and who knows how far the gun was from the guy, you know? Like, this is so bad. This is incriminating.
Lash out at each other. She would tell me that
Oh, gotcha. I used to watch Miss Kiff years ago. He was with Maya Higa. Haven't heard anything from him since. Yeah, I don't know what made these guys famous. Like, I don't know how they started or anything. If you could give me, like, information on that, I guess. I don't know if it's really that important, but it'll be included in the video, of course.
she doesn't realize what she's doing, that she didn't understand what she was doing wrong.
I think
But I
chat
would
pops up on the
constantly
video.
tell her on and off stream
She didn't understand what she was doing wrong. She had to listen to every single thing this guy says. He had to constantly tell her on and off stream. Off stream, she constantly heard this from him, that he you need to fix yourself. You need to do things my way. That's what he's saying here.
really made us lash
Because
out
of
at each other.
because of the stalkers, right? The thing that she can't really control if she's being doxxed. Who knows if he doxed the address or her? Was it his fault or her fault? He needs to open up about that before talking about any of this.
She would tell me that she doesn't realize what she's doing, that she didn't understand what she was doing wrong. But I would constantly tell her on and off stream that she needs to do more because these stalkers are getting worse. I know I wasn't perfect with my language or tone throughout this.
The truth, man. The truth just keeps coming out. This guy can't. He's not making the right excuses at all. And really, there is no right excuse. Ever. There's no right excuse in any situation. It is your fault that you were in that situation, and it wasn't hers, and you're blaming everything on her. Like, you can control your own life and keep all of this from happening. Instead, you're expecting somebody else to fix it for you.
This entire relationship. I know I wasn't. And
Delusional.
I was aggressive at times. In regards to being controlling, I told her many things. I told her to dress older, to stop wearing pajamas, to stop talking
It's his own insecurities he was projecting onto her.
about stalkers and schizos as a whole. Stop talking about past relationships. And yes, I didn't want her to travel without me. I also said that I didn't want her to hang out with specific people. This is because I didn't want her to get hurt.
Oh my god. What? You controlled what she wore, what she said, and who she hung out with because you didn't want her to get hurt? You're not her dad, dude. You're not her legal guardian. You're not her freaking... She was a grown woman at this time, right? You're a grown man. You cannot control people like this. This is absolute psychopathy with excuses. It's insane that this guy thought that this was okay to say live. That's how you know he is fucking delusional. And if this guy had like some sort of big controversial downfall, I see why. I see why it happened so soon in his career. He can't keep himself together. He needs to be institutionalized. As soon as he was threatening suicide, that's when it should have all been obvious to her.
Didn't want Emmy to get assaulted. I didn't want some man to do something to her when I'm not there, and I wanted to keep her safe. And I
Well,
know
I'm sure it was
how
obvious
my
to
mental
her.
was and who
Is
I
this
was back then that I
controlling?
didn't do everything
And
right.
it's overall
I know I
wrong,
could have
and I
done
don't
better.
agree with
And I'm
it.
sorry.
Okay, what's your point, XQC? You don't agree with it.
But
I know I was controlling, and I should have just
But-
ended the fucking relationship, but I was so confused as a
at
person.
the end of the day,
and I'm
it's a
sorry I
bound-
did
it's
it.
a boundary.
I'm sorry I think it's
It's a boundary, right? It's a boundary. If she was able to leave and go to a better place, then she should have, right? These guys were probably young at the time. They're older than me, but they were probably young at the time, right? And he gave her an opportunity to stream with him. Therefore, come live in my house. He probably made it sound like Candyland until she found out it was just a white man with stickers on it. She found out she was being held hostage after this. Like, who knows? Dude was able to point a gun at a guy's head or whatever for 30 minutes straight. Who knows what he was doing to her?
point, man.
Why is he crying
Controlling,
again?
and I should have just ended the fucking relationship, but I was so confused as a
at
person.
the end of the day,
and I'm
it's a
sorry I
bound-
did
it's
it.
a boundary.
I'm sorry I think it's fucking point, man.
He's feeling such grief right now for himself. He feels so bad for himself, chat. We should feel bad for him feeling bad for himself, right? What the
The
hell?
last 9 months of this relationship, things got extremely fucking toxic. I told her to move out. She didn't move out on her own. I told her to move out because I wanted space, but she still wanted me around at all times.
Oh my god. Even XQC's taking a bow on this one. You threatened to kick her out. Who knows if it was legally or not. She is supposed to be given a 30-day notice, right? You can't just tell somebody to move out. That's how you do it. 30-day notice, or it goes to court, and even then she may still be allowed to live in his house. That was your fault, buddy. You should not have put yourself in that situation if you didn't want it to happen, if you didn't expect it to happen.
She would get upset if we didn't sleep together or if we weren't around. She always wanted me to drive over to her house, but I never wanted to because I wanted to be alone. And that increased our fights. But the stalkers continued, and I got even more stressed. They started to take pictures of me whenever I would drive to her house.
I want to see his pictures. Where are these pictures at? Where's all this? Where's the receipts? If your house was under so much attack, why didn't you have security? Why didn't you have cameras? Cameras, I even have cameras. I'm a small streamer, I have cameras. Everywhere. What is this guy's... He didn't want people to see what was going on. That's what it was. That's what it was. That's why he didn't have them. If he actually cared about her security, he would have had security cameras on the house. He wouldn't have had to pull a gun on somebody. Excuse me.
Boom.
I haven't eaten anything today.
Sorry. They knew my every movement. I couldn't take it. Between the rabbits, the stalkers, and the overall ability to handle situations with each other, I knew this wouldn't last. But I didn't know how to get out of the relationship. She did not want to move out. As for me telling Cheddar to leave my house, he was swatting at Chompy constantly and making...
Okay, this is all just pointless. He's reading, right? Emiru was reading off paper. But this guy's reading almost the whole time. And I just don't understand why you can't just talk about it. It wasn't that long ago, right? You could genuinely just talk about it, but instead you decide to write it down in order to make it look better, right? In order for you to not slip up so much, even though you already have, Miskiv. You've already slipped up enough. Enough to make it clear that you were the problem in this whole situation. The evil within this guy is immaculate. It's immeasurable. He pulls guns and holds them hostage at his house. He puts rabbits outside in 100-degree heat and blames it on her. He he throws phones passive aggressively so hard. He demonstrated it. He threw it towards the TV back there that's sitting on the ground. He threw it so hard that it bruised her. That caused internal bleeding. What kind of psychopath brushes that off and doesn't make it sound like it was his fault? It was an accident. Accidents don't hold up in court. They don't. It's not justice to call something an accident. You should be caring a lot more about the person that you're hurting. But this guy has no sympathy for anybody. Who knows why? Maybe he was abused growing up too. Maybe. I know that I was. And you don't have to be the person that was abusing you, dude. You don't have to be. Maybe you saw power in that, and maybe that's why you do it, Ms. Kiff. Maybe that's why you treat people the way you do, is because you see power in it. You see it as a way to manipulate. And you love doing that, don't you?
Making him bleed. I not only was the one that wanted her to move out first, I was the one that wanted the cat out of the house because he was attacking my cat.
So he threatened to get rid of her cat. He was he was literally blackmailing her with her animals. It's terrifying. She went through so much mental trauma and strain with this guy. It was her fault, right? But she did it in the name of getting bigger numbers on Twitch. And now look at Twitch.
Every month went by the last year, and our fights started to get louder. We were breaking up with each other almost weekly. Fights were getting more aggressive, and shouting began to increase.
Bro,
I was not perfect, and I reflect on those situations poor taste in my...
Sorry.
Bro,
I was not perfect, and I reflect on those situations poor taste in myself.
Guys, if somebody makes claims,
I'm ashamed that the situations got so bad, but Emmy was also violent. She would throw clothes or plushies at me, and I punched holes in the walls or...
I think that XQC is just trying to like make the point that everybody should have more empathy for each other, right? They should. I don't see a reason to have empathy for this guy the whole time. Like, if you go through this whole video and see anything that he could not have avoided, and that was out of his hands and victimizing him, please let me know. Because I don't see any of that in this whole video, and I'm confident in that.
Slam doors and aggression. I one time did say I was going to kill myself during an argument.
Yeah! Yo! This dumbass, bro. This fucking idiot. Why? Why are you saying this? Why are you even admitting to that? That just seals the deal. You just put your tombstone out there. You're dumb. You are stupid. Stupid for even admitting to that. That is one of the... I get passionate about this because I've had so many people do that to me. I've never threatened that to anybody. And I've had so many people do that to me. My own parents did that to me.
But Emmy did this as well numerous times. She would constantly say she's going to kill herself in arguments, and I have a picture where while I had a gun pointed at one of her stalkers who came to my house while she was in Kansas, she would constantly say she's going to kill herself in arguments, and I have a picture where...
She didn't say that. She didn't say that live on stream that happened. She never admitted to that.
While I had a gun pointed at one of her stalkers...
But she probably did it before... Did she say that before you said that? Was she learning the mannerisms from you? How old were these guys at the time? I don't know.
Who came to my house while she was in Kansas. She told me she was going to kill herself out of aggression of the situation while it was happening. And I'm just gonna...
Is he saying this lie, if it is a lie, is he saying this lie to cover up the fact that he just admitted on stream that he was literally using suicide as a way to blackmail her into doing what he wants?
I leak everything because I don't really care. This is the situation. I told her that a stalker's at the house. I'm freaking out. What is happening? Can you call me? I'll call you. I literally want to kill myself. I can't take this anymore. I feel so alone and like a problem.
Okay.
So just
Well,
want
I
to
mean-
show this. She was also using the I want to kill myself a lot in our situation and relationship. This is what
You were doing it too, buddy. Two wrongs don't make a right. And if you were to be the bigger man and had never taught her or like showed her that it's okay to say that in your relationship, quote unquote, it probably wouldn't have happened. You brought that upon yourself. She sounds like she's, okay, I'm freaking out. What is happening? I'm so confused. Nobody knows the situation that's going on. Call me when you can. Genuine concern. She wants to talk to him. He's not talking to her. I'll call you back later. I feel like shit right now. It's very humbling of her to say that she feels like shit, like an asshole, right? I literally want to kill myself. This is Emiru saying that. I literally want to do that, and I can't take this anymore. She wants comfort, right? She's asking for comfort on the situation, literally wants to call him. She feels so alone and like a problem. He's been treating her like a problem. And she probably does feel alone because he took away all of her friends and all the people that she used to stream with and all these stalkers, quote unquote. Who knows if they were stalkers or not. But he put her in all of these situations. And she put herself in all these situations, but he literally like forced her into these situations through mental manipulation. Like and physical manipulation. Who knows if she had funds to even move out? I don't know if she was a big streamer at the time. She had stalkers, so obviously she had some sort of fan base, but he must have leaked the address at some point. Unless she did. Who knows? They're not talking about these very important parts of all of these claims. Every single thing that they've been saying in these videos, they're not talking about what caused it.
while I had a gun pointed at one of her stalkers.
Because they don't want to
This
take
stalker who was
responsibility.
At my house,
That doesn't-
his background picture was Emiru. And when he talked to the cops, he was in love with her and thought that she was talking to him.
I think what she meant is
It is disgusting what
killing
these
herself
stalkers can
as
do.
leverage.
I will say
Claims.
I don't think this is
the
using
fact
as
that this guy
leverage,
came
but
to my house
that's my read on
and
it.
the result of it was a cop brought him down the street to a QT, which is a 7-Eleven, 15 minutes away, and that's all they did, is terrifying for these girls.
Everybody knows what
and
QT
terrifying
is,
for the
man.
situation in general.
Trust me, I know.
To a QT, which is a 7-Eleven. Dude, they don't got 7-Eleven in Australia. What are you trying to, like... Everybody knows what a fucking 7-Eleven is and QT is. You don't have to say it. They can just Google it. He's trying to treat his audience like they're idiots.
Sorry.
Sorry
I
for
knew
what?
that the relationship wasn't healthy at this point. I knew we had to end it.
For
in some-
pausing? For showing guilt? You're sorry? For swallowing? Listen. Listen to that guy swallow. Swallow his guilt.
Sorry. I knew that the
That King of the Hill episode where Hank keeps swallowing over and over.
relationship wasn't healthy at this point. I knew we had to end it in soon. One day, Emmy posted a very provocative picture, one that she knew I would hate, and she posted it to make me upset.
Let's see the picture. Let's see it. Was it really provocative, or are you just saying that because you told her not to wear pajamas, my guy? Pajamas? You told her not to wear pajamas, man. That's crazy. That's crazy to not, like, be able to wear comfortable clothes on stream. Like, what?
She admitted that she made me upset with it, and we got into a heated argument, and I broke up with her. We broke up for about a month, then got back together because we thought we can make it work. We went to get food at BJ's, a common place where we would get food, and then we went
What an interesting place to get food. I've never eaten at BJ's. It's like a Subway sandwich place, but what an interesting place to choose. I wonder who chose the restaurant. Please tell us.
back to her house. We
Who
cuddled
suggested the restaurant? Please tell us.
for about 30
Why is this up
minutes
here?
and started to kiss.
The BJ incident.
She said that she was okay with this on her stream, and I started to advance to the next stage because I thought that's what she wanted. She yelped, and I immediately sprung up and was scared if I did anything wrong. Or
This is just pathetic. She yelped when he reached for the shock collar button. She yelped.
did wrong in general. I got scared and left the house. I apologize if that made Emmy uncomfortable for me not saying sorry, and I wish I said sorry back then.
I think it's like a big like read the room moment type thing. But yeah.
Yeah.
But we got back together soon afterwards. And during those
You know what I think it was? I think it was a test to see what she's okay with. To see if they should be back in a relationship. To see if he can get what he wants from her. The thing that she has been withholding, right? The thing that he cares about the most with her. Not her well-being, not anything otherwise than using her for content. He says that in the video that he was using her for content, and that he didn't know that they were going to be in a relationship, but he definitely wanted sex. That's what he's admitting to right now. He wanted sex, and she did not want to give it to him, and therefore, let's see what happens next. Therefore, he's enraged by this, right?
last few months, but we got back together soon afterwards. And during those last few months where we were fighting, we were still fighting, but it did feel like the relationship had good progress. And we were both agreed we need to talk about our future. Since it's been 3 years, we should see what we want.
Oh, it's
and
already
Emmy
been
had an
3 years
idea
at this point.
to write down everything we wanted on paper. I'm going to let everyone know that what I'm about to say is very true.
Chad, you know your relationship
This is
in the fucking
exactly
dumps.
what happened,
When you
and
pull
she
out
cannot
pen
argue
and
this.
paper,
When you pull out the pen and paper.
trust me.
One day, after staying over Emiru's house, Emiru made me breakfast, and she wrote down everything
When
she
you
wanted.
pull out the pen
She
and
wrote she
paper.
wants me to move closer
When
to
you
her.
pull out the
She wrote-
divorce sheets.
and she wrote down everything she wanted. She wrote she wants me to move closer to her.
Sorry.
She wrote that she wants me to marry her, and she wants kids with me in the next 5
Show it. Show it, Miskiv.
years. And I just looked at this letter that was staring in front of me, and I just handed
What
her
the
back
hell
the
is that
paper.
monkey picture?
She began to cry, and I told her, I'm sorry, I just can't do this anymore. I knew we were just beyond the point of toxicity in the relationship,
Oh, poor you.
that our trust had completely died, and that we had so many issues that I couldn't deal with it, and I was not mentally well.
We had so many issues that I couldn't deal with it, and this affects me, and I'm not willing to keep going through with this, and this will make you want to do even more to get with me. That's what he's doing. He's saying, oh, I'm giving you the cold shoulder now. Let's see how you like it.
I walked away. I went to her door, and as I opened it, the last words I ever heard her say is, "Don't go. I love you."
Yeah, I mean, that could be fear of abandonment. It's pretty common.
I would love to see, yeah, fear of I love XQC, man. He sees it. He's a grown man. Like, this is how you should look at things. It's fear of abandonment. Yes. Yes. Absolutely. But also, she is manipulating him. They're both bad for each other, right? These are unstable people, and they both want something from each other that shouldn't be anything to do with a relationship or a friendship. A business partnership is what they wanted, but they did not do that. Instead, they moved in together, started a relationship afterwards, after he made her absolutely alone and took away her options or something. I don't even know, but he told her to change her clothing. He told her to stop pandering to her male audience, practically, and he told her to hide the relationship. Therefore, she would be more comfortable with being in a relationship with him.
Team.
That week, I made flights to Japan because I didn't want to sit around and wait to possibly get back together again. I have never talked to her in person since. I have messaged her numerous times wondering why I have been removed from OTK, Discords, and I was very scared because I didn't know what was going on. Nobody was talking to me or contacting me, and I have had...
Chat. I know how much of a psycho I sound. Like, saying all this as matter of fact, just how I see it. I know how I sound. I can't help but be fucking, like, have the manipulative voice in my head. I can't help it. I've been around it for so long. It's not an excuse. It's something that I chose to be around because it was interesting, because I wanted to learn about people, because I was absolutely blind for a while, and I had no idea why people acted the way they did, and I wanted to understand that. And the more I understood that, the more closely I got to people who were manipulative liars and who got away with everything that they wanted. The more I was around that, the more it started to, like, be in my head that this is how people act, and this is the result of their actions, and I should be wary of it. I take it as warning signs. But yes, I could definitely manipulate people. I can. I'll admit to that. And you, every single viewer, should be wary of people like me who could manipulate you. You should, and you should definitely be wary of Miskiv or XQC or any of these people that you watch online, because they could be manipulating the narrative. And that's why we are looking at this subjectively, as if both of emiru and him are manipulating situations. That's why I'm looking at this from that perspective, because that is probably what was going on. They wanted an outcome, therefore they acted a way in order to get that outcome. And it should be obvious to everybody, but they don't teach this stuff, and the only way to learn it is by living with a psychiatrist.
so much regret. Times where I wanted to go back. Times where I've drunk messaged her love letters, as you saw on stream. But after 10 months, I know we're much better off without each other. I did see her at a party once at Simply's house. The house was very small, and I opened the door. I said, whoops, and proceeded to talk in the other room about what I possibly did wrong, and began to bawl out and be depressed because I just saw my ex-girlfriend.
Okay.
I want to make it very clear.
Bitch behavior.
I was not following her, nor lingering around her. I was with others the entire night. The house is about 2,000 square feet with about 50 people there. I, of course, was near her, but I was never following her.
We'll put that on ice for now.
This year...
Yeah.
All the stories, I think that one's the least...
This year has been very hard for me, and I'm sure for her.
I don't care about the body language. I already pointed out the body language. If you guys want to go and look at the body language that he's giving off right here, I can already tell. I can tell without having to talk about it, without having to slow down the video or anything. I can tell he's lying right here. But you can go back and look at the body language if you want.
I even went to Japan and drank every single night just to sleep. Going from being with each other for 3 years straight and trauma bonding to be completely alone is such a difficult thing for both of us. I began therapy in February of this year with EMDR therapy, something she recommended me when we were dating. I'm very happy to say that I feel better than ever, and I've gotten a lot of the stress I've had away. I've also moved from Austin myself, and I've had a lot of trauma lingering from there as a whole, and I feel a lot better from that.
Good for you, man.
I truly hope nothing but the best for Emmy. I know she said a lot of these
Really?
things.
Really, because your actions speak otherwise. You hope nothing but the best, but you threaten her release. You said this, and she reacted to this. I saw Emiru's thing through XQC like yesterday, last night, and I heard her say that he is threatening releasing information about her rabbits, right? Like her rabbits. He was holding her pet's abuse hostage, information hostage for years until this moment.
And I do believe a lot of them were false, but I do hope nothing but the best for her. And
He hopes nothing but the best for her. He was literally threatening blackmail of her rabbits, and who knows if he put the rabbits in that situation in order to have blackmail on her. Who knows, right?
I'm sorry
do.
that any of this happened.
He
I
does.
hate that this
He
is
knows.
a situation, and I
You know, Miss
hope
Giff.
that she can move on. We were in a toxic relationship. I saw that. I've realized over the years of 2 relationships now online that I'm a horrible boyfriend and I have a lot to work on for myself. I've been single for the past 10 months and I plan to stay that way. I'm continuing to go to therapy and work on myself, not just for me, but for the people around me. Okay,
Excuses.
that's it.
Well, I think
That's your apology? Jeez. What a horrible person. Emiru, what did you see in this guy? Probably nothing. Probably nothing. You saw numbers in this guy. Bro looked like the Matrix, digital code falling. I just... And I might sound like an asshole saying this, but I think that you actually did not feel anything for this guy. I just couldn't see anybody feeling anything for this guy. Unless they were absolutely broken and lonely. And maybe homeless.
If you're wondering if it's scripted, the answer is, of course it is. I wrote it out because
well, I mean, it's only,
cannot
I mean,
freeball
it's only,
this.
it's only
This is a very
fair.
serious situation. I want to make this real.
Bullet points would have made him look a little bit better
And that's
than
Okay.
text, but
I am going to stand up for myself.
Right. Right, XQC, right. Bullet points would have looked better because it would have been just like, I'm talking about this subject, and that's coming actually from his memory and not written down the whole time. You can see his eyes darting side to side the whole time while he's reading.
I am going to defend myself.
And when he's reading it, it's so much worse. It's so much worse to do an apology or whatever in this way because you are reading with no emotion, or you're trying to read with emotion and it makes you look even worse.
In these situations, I am not going away. I have no plans to go away. And I believe a lot of the situations today were absolutely exaggerated. I have dozens of photos and videos, calls and messages as well, if she has them. I have things I will be leaking over the next few days of other people, of other things. I have a lot of messages that I have that I'm going to expose as time goes on because
Why not just do it right now, you fucking manipulative piece of shit, asshole, mouth-having motherfucker? God. Content farming, money-hungry, broke son of a bitch.
believe that this is a time to go fucking buck wild. But I want to make it very clear. When it comes to Emiru, when she says that I was getting ready to go after...
Yes, I'm projecting. I am that. I mean, I need money, but I'm not, like, fucking greedy, right? I have everything I need, and I live very, very minusculely. Very minusculely. Like, if it were to come out, my living situation, y'all would be flabbergasted.
her and that I was going to use her rabbits against her. That was never the plan. My plan for myself was very simple. If Emmy were to say something about me, I would say something back. That's it. I never had a plan in my life to go after her or do anything. It was if she ever said anything, I would say something as well. And that's
Blackmail.
completely understandable.
I think to get ahead of this, definitely you should
Puck, hey.
kind of package a lot of
Can you
bad,
clarify
like,
what, if anything, was said
control
to her
as
team at
being a
TwitchCon?
shit boyfriend
I
and
said
controlling
that if she
Andy.
goes after me, then I will go nuclear. And that is exactly what I said.
Is he being okay? Is he being mean?
And that is what's going to happen. Because you can't mess with me anymore. I don't have anything to lose. I'm sorry I don't. Go after me all you want. I have nothing to lose. And I will say this proudly.
Nothing to lose. I will take all the power away from you. You have things to lose, dude. I can see a big city in the background and a loft that you could afford to lose. I'm sure. I'm sure all the gifted subs and everything and your fucking accepting these people's money by talking about your abusive relationship and not turning off donations or whatever. That doesn't look bad, right?
Emiru abused those rabbits. She did. And if you're in Austin, Texas, and you want to say that she didn't abuse those rabbits at my
This guy would have a 2-seat bike.
house, you're lying. You know she did.
Fucking weirdo.
She abused those rabbits and she let them outside.
Well, all I gotta
It's
say
disgusting.
is Mrs.
And I
House
didn't
and
want to bring
Essence
this
House
up
were
ever.
fucking
This was not something I
dumps.
planned on bringing up in my life.
Fucking dog shit.
But it's something that she
Trash.
claims that she
Hey,
didn't
bro.
do. And people are trying to defend her from that. Like Asmongold, where he says that one of her rabbits she took and brought around. What about the other 6 rabbits that died?
6. Yeah, but
As for what happened with me and Emiru,
Thank you.
I only
it
saw
is
one
I
rabbit in the
mentally
video.
have been fucked up for years.
who's
And
that?
I'm very proud of myself for working on myself.
Who's that?
And I think leaving Austin was the best thing, not just for me, but for everyone around me. I do believe that.
Who was that?
I fucked up a lot,
It's not important.
and I'm never going to not admit that. And I realized I need to be alone.
How's it going, everyone?
I
We are
never
gonna
got
be doing
kicked out
7
of
days
Austin,
to
Texas.
die.
I left consent.
I was telling the Discord, sorry.
Oh. Okay. Anyway. What does he say?
I do believe that.
Who was that?
He does believe what?
Yeah, but
As for what happened with me and Emiru,
Thank you.
Okay.
It's fine.
it is a very. I mentally have been fucked up for years.
who's that?
Yeah, okay. You're mentally fucked up. Thank you. You're a manipulator. Psycho. You held a gun to a guy for 30 minutes waiting for the police.
Very proud of myself for working on myself.
Who's that?
And I think leaving Austin was the best thing, not just for me, but for everyone around me. I do believe that.
Who was that?
Okay.
I fucked up a lot, and I'm never gonna not admit that. And I realized I need to be alone.
How's it going, everyone?
I
We are
never
gonna
got
be doing
kicked.
Hey, that sounded like she was in pain. Puck, buddy. You can't be biting her, okay? Hey. Okay, she's running back to you. Never mind. It sounded like she was in hurt, but she's running back to him to play.
Out
7
of
days
Austin,
to
Texas.
die.
I left consent.
I was telling the Discord, sorry.
So him moving, he said it's healthy for him to move away from everybody and to be alone. I think that's true. Yeah. You need to take time. You need to not be around people since you hurt them so much. And you recognize that. And you caused all this and you're not admitting to it. You should be alone. You deserve to be alone. This is something that you sought out, that you are doing to yourself, nobody else, and you should be taking responsibility for it. Ms. Giff?
It really sounds so corny sometimes, it's funny as shit.
You're still mentally fucked? I am.
I live in a shitty fucking place.
I'm absolutely mentally fucked. I have been slowly working on it. I do feel like I've been getting
that
better.
nobody should live in.
I feel like I'm very calm right now. I don't feel stressed. I don't even feel angry. I feel that every day I'm trying to learn more and more and do better. But I'm going to stand up for myself in a lot of these situations because a lot of it was not true. And I don't like that she was
Yeah, a lot of it wasn't true. A lot of what you're saying isn't true.
portraying that it was just me who was at fault.
You were at fault. And you're recognizing it. You're recognizing it by saying this, but you were at fault probably 80% of the time. Because you put her in this situation, man. And you know it. And you're covering it up because you don't want to look like a manipulative psychopath. But you already, told us everything that we need to come to that conclusion.
It was a toxic relationship, and that's what it was.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it was. The truth comes out. Chat. It was a toxic relationship. Should have ended sooner, but weird dependence going on there. Weird Twitch streamer dependence relationship. They both agreed upon this. Emiru maybe was in a worse situation than he was at the time. He offered her a big amount of numbers, you know, and she took that offer. It's her own fault for getting in that situation, but I don't know if she was able to leave, right? There's some situations you can't leave from because it will make your life a living hell.
Yeah, like I said, I think you gotta put the knee on the ground on the issues of like.
Sometimes you gotta accept hell and climb right back out.
His boundaries were
Why was viewership so important?
Being like normal.
I will bluntly say this, and I'm very honest.
It is bad, but
I was, and I still am, but I very much was
insane.
someone that was massively obsessed with streaming and viewership. And when my cancellation happened, and even before it, I mean, it's something you guys know. I've been massively obsessed with streaming and viewership over the years, and it's disgusting, and it has ruined my fucking life. It is something that I am
You
envious
still
of
are.
others.
What do you mean was? You still are. You were accepting donations. You're still accepting donations while this is going on. You're still accepting TTS or whatever at the beginning of this. You turned it off. You turned it off, but still. Still. You knew that was on.
I am angry at others because of it. It makes me jealous when I see others doing well, and it has made me realize that I am I'm never happy for someone else if they're doing much better than me. You guys know this is true if you watch my old stream. I've always.
I literally can't tell if his eyebrows are symmetrical or not. One is like higher than the other, obviously, but it kind of looks like they are symmetrical. They're just way too fucking big, dude.
Been this way. I've been very envious of other people.
Guys, that's 80% of anybody that streams.
It's a problem.
And 95% of people at the top.
I'm definitely way better than I was now.
Percentage king.
But it's a serious problem that I am still working on to this day. I am not perfect, and I fucked up with that. I've been this way for a very fucking long time, where I'm a competitive dude, and I think I'm very competitive with streaming because I really care.
Because you use your relationship past to manipulate people into giving you money.
Care about it a lot. I've sunk my whole life into this thing. So.
Yeah, but he did act on it though, which is I think.
Did you really drive 150 miles an hour? I'm gonna say this very clear. If you know me in Austin, Texas, I drive fast everywhere.
Oh my gosh. So you're willing to put other people's lives at risk, including your own and your passengers, because you're in Texas.
I drive fast literally everywhere.
Yeah, I live in Texas. Yeah, Miskiff is a loser. He's a fucking man-child. You can see the hair trying to come in on his face. It doesn't want to. It doesn't want to be a part of him. His own facial hair and eyebrows don't want to be a part of him. Fucking, he's lost all the soul in his eyes. I live in Texas. People drive around at 100 miles an hour here. They think it's normal. The cops barely care about it, right? They'll care about if it's right in front of them, but obviously, like, there's no precautions being taken against these people yet. He is okay. I wouldn't either. He's okay with just letting fucking people get hurt at his expense while driving at 150 miles an hour. That's what his chat said. Did you drive? So it says it right here. Did you drive 150 miles with Emmy in the car?
An Audi R8 in Austin, Texas, where the freeways are open. I drive fast all the time.
You drive fast all the time. He was talking earlier in the video about a guy who pulled a gun, and this is how they trauma bonded. A guy who pulled a gun on her and him because, and he was a drunk driver, right? Quote unquote drunk driver. Who knows? The papers don't say anything, right? But he did pull a gun on them. Wonder why? Maybe you were speeding, maybe you were tailgating, maybe you were slamming your brakes. He did say they crashed into him, but maybe you pulled in front of him very quickly in your Audi R8. I don't even know what that is, but you slammed your brakes maybe. And that's why he rear-ended you, to make it look like he rear-ended you, right? Because you didn't expect him to have a dash cam. He didn't have a dash cam, otherwise this would be proven false. You didn't have a dash cam either. I have a dash cam because I don't want anything like this to happen. This idiot talks about being like the safety guy. Oh, I'm keeping Emiru safe the whole fucking time. And he's out here driving 150 miles an hour and provoking people in a gun state. This is a gun state. Everybody has guns. If you don't have a gun in Texas, you are in danger. You are in danger. Not the danger. You are not the danger.
They're pretty open. But
I do.
was it in... What
I don't even remember
wondering
what
is that,
situation she was talking
was he
about.
doing it as a way to be scary and to be threatening?
We were in cars with each other all the time.
Or was he just doing 150?
I remember one time when she was
and
picking me up
and it was
from
common
the
day stuff.
airport.
150 is fucking insane. Insane. People drive 100 miles an hour, that's fine. Your car will start shaking if it doesn't have sway bars or whatever. Your car will not handle it at 150. Audi R8 maybe can handle that, right? It can handle that, so he felt very comfortable driving that fast. But still, it's a federal offense that could put him in jail for over 20 years. Why would you feel okay doing this?
And
That's
she was
different.
in her blue
That's
Corvette,
very different.
and she
Very
started
different.
to speed when we were on a...
And this is coming from somebody who did take their car on a straight road with... I thought there were no cops. There was a cop right around the corner at the end of the, like, mile-long straight road with no other cars on it. I did have my girlfriend in the passenger seat, and we did go up to 120, but it was agreed upon. Yeah, I asked her if she was okay with it. I don't believe that this guy would ever ask anybody for their permission on anything.
straight away when she was getting mad, and she stayed quiet.
Wait, what?
Was it in, what
I don't even remember
wondering
what
is that,
situation she was talking
was he
about.
doing it as a way to be scary and to be threatening?
We were in cars with each other all the time.
Or was he just doing 150?
I remember one time when she was
and it was,
picking
I was
and it
18 when I
common
did
day
that, by the way.
stuff. That's
She was in her
different.
blue
That's
Corvette,
very different.
and she
Very
And that was
started to
one
speed when
time.
we were on a straightaway when she
And
was
we did
getting
get pulled
mad,
over.
and she stayed.
But I made the excuse of, we're going to see her friend in the hospital, and we were very worried, and it was like an important call, so he just let me off with like a 90-mile-an-hour ticket, but I was going 120, he clocked me at 120. Very, very, very understandable cop. This was in Oregon.
Quiet. I don't remember the exact speed she got up to, but we were definitely flying.
He doesn't even... Wait, what? What? You don't remember what was on the dash? You were in a fit of rage driving that fast? What? I don't even remember the speed we got up to, but we were flying. His car was probably like lifting off the ground or something. Was he trying to kill them both? Like, what is going on here? And was this in traffic? This guy's an absolute moron. Admitting to this is awful. Awful thing to do. It's so bad for him and for anybody who was in the car with him. Because now they have ammunition. They can literally take him to court with claims like this.
Guys, 150 for a guy like
If
what?
they're able
Like
to prove it.
Ronaldo is nothing. But his car is basically a plane. He lifts off the ground on the highway, buddy. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Fuck. I just admitted to a felony. I just
I'll
admitted to
say this,
endangering other
as
people,
well.
manslaughter.
I have no problem admitting fault. The person that I was during that relationship, and I would say the Ms. Kiff in Austin, Texas,
You obviously have no problem admitting fault. That's true.
is fucking disgusting. I hated myself. I hated this person that just sat there all day, stressed and angry and mad at the fucking world. I hated being this upset person because I know you are who you hang out with, and I definitely.
What? What? You are who you hang out. Well, how delusional is this guy? Audi R8s have a V10. Oh, yup. They can handle up to like, what, 10,000 RPM? What can a V10 handle? V10 RPM limit. Because this is not like a... Jesus Christ. I didn't even type Audi R8 and it had it in the thing. He bought this car specifically to manipulate people and scare them in his passenger seat. What a psycho. What the fuck is wrong with this guy? What happened to this guy to make him this way? Are people just born like this? Like, what is this? That you don't know. Yeah, he's fucking crazy.
Very stressed as well, and mentally, the situations we were in have just cataclysmed both of us.
He's admitting to being in like a fit of rage too. He was not doing it for fun. Just to make that clear, he said that just now.
I was a very toxic.
Puck, hey, I hear her whining, dude. Yeah. You guys need to chill.
Toxic person, and I knew I needed to get out, so I broke up with her. In fact, I broke up with her twice. The first time I broke up with her, I really thought it was over, and the second time I broke up with her was forever. I did message her a lot afterwards, primarily for OTK stuff, but
Puck is so adorable. I love when I say his name, he like runs towards me. I can't wait to put up a... Like, I'm gonna buy a camera and set up a little stream for my cats. I hate that this guy is just talking about bullshit now.
But...
Like, he's putting in the little, like, I drove 150 miles, I don't know how fast we were going type thing. Like, just little excitement tidbits in there when he feels guilt. But, like, going on about other shit, just wiping that off after such a serious statement, it's just... nothing needs to be said anymore about this, honestly. I feel like I've covered everything.
There were times where I did want to go back.
We're only halfway through.
I'm not going to pretend I didn't. I was drunk. I thought I needed to.
Excuses?
But,
I mean, this is pretty typical breakup stuff, I'm not gonna lie.
Is it? Wait, what? Is it? Is this typical? Can people really not handle themselves that much? Every relationship I've left has just been like no contact. It's just, okay, you don't deserve my attention. Like you're all of a sudden acting crazy. Okay, I'm out. Like I don't have to keep trying to tell you to act a certain way. If you were going to act like this, I already see the signs. It's red flags, they call them. Red flags. Just pull out, my guy.
Going back, somebody when you broke up already? Yeah, that's typical. What?
that's it. I don't think there's really anything else to talk about.
Yeah, there isn't. Yeah, you said it. You said it.
What do I think? Listen,
But then there's like 30 more minutes of
that
this.
if you break down the points themselves, I think the important points, you kind of brushed over them really fast. It's missing.
This is why I love XQC's take on everything. He waits till like it's very important to say something, and yes, he brushes over everything. He doesn't say what caused it. He says, I'm perfectly fine with recognizing what I did wrong. Bullshit. Bullshit. You are saying things in order to get a reaction. That's it. You're trying to have an interesting stream. That's why you're bringing up these horrible things that you should never admit to. But still, like, you're trying to get views. That's it. Hell no, I agree. No contact and move on. Right. Right. It's a grown... If you actually cared about yourself, this guy clearly does not care about himself. I mean, but if you want to keep staying in a relationship that bad, if you guys were actually that in love, none of this would have happened.
A little bit of context here and that. So
Leak something?
it kind of makes me
No, every single thing that happened to them, apparently, right? was in their control, within their control to prevent and to medicate. Instead, they wanted it to get worse. Like, it's literally, like, and I do say they, because emiru stuck around, and who knows if she was being held hostage. She's not admitting to that yet. She's not saying anything about being held hostage, so I'm not going to treat it like a hostage situation, but it is a possibility. It's completely a possibility.
This is something I think that we went over.
The
and
bad and malicious side of it more than the it's nothing.
Right.
And also a lot of it is
I am glad that it is
being just a shit boyfriend.
out there.
And,
Yes. It's malicious.
And,
He was malicious.
A very flawed person.
That's it.
But that's where I'm at.
Yeah.
So
Malice intent.
that's it. I said what I had to say. I appreciate you guys listening, and I will be back. I'm not leaving
I've turned off my emotions when talking to chat.
anytime soon. But I'm gonna go relax.
At a whim.
It's been a pretty rough day.
Do you guys think this is a real person? What if it's like an android? What if like you take away the skin and everything, and underneath you see nothing but wires and like an old PS5 hard drive in there? Like, because obviously he doesn't have a good memory, right? All these people are horrible, just like the vast majority of people. They're held to a higher standard than normal people, but at the end of the day, that's all they are. I'm not holding them to a higher standard exactly. I feel like I'm, or I know you're not talking about me, but I know that holding him to a higher standard right now, like these people in chat that they're giving money and they're like, oh, this guy is successful and he'll give me good advice, right? One day, that's what they do. That's what they do. They want everybody to follow them and to do what they do and act the way they do, and they don't want this, but they definitely are. They're doing it, right? So therefore they want it. They're doing it, therefore they want it. That's what they're asking for. They're asking for their chat to act like that in order to get success, because apparently these guys got success somehow. I don't even know. I don't know who Miskiff is. I don't know who emiru is. Just finding out about this because of like the CEO Twitch type shit. And we will listen to that song at the end. That is such a fucking banger. If nobody's heard that, the CEO, this some CEO type shit, look that up on YouTube. You can even pause the stream or whatever. This is going to be on my channel. Unedited.
No, we're not doing top 500.
I'm purely covering this just because I'm tired, you know? I'm tired of Twitch streamers or whatever getting away with what they get away with. And I'm tired of people who have been put into this like higher social status like you're talking about, Jake. Like, I'm tired of people saying that these guys are important in any aspect. Like, they're not. I'm not, you know? Because these guys are obviously just taking money for this. It's not, it doesn't have substance. We shouldn't even be a part of this. This should be settled in court. Right? These guys are adults. They're older than me. They should be handling this the right way, not this way. This is absolute scum behavior. It's awful for accepting money for this.
Thank you guys for watching. I appreciate it.
Is that really how he's gonna end it?
I will keep defending myself as time goes on. I appreciate you guys.
You don't even have to say it. Say less. We know you're gonna keep defending your psychotic breakouts and all that. You're never gonna tell the truth. And the truth is, I'll tell the truth right now. The truth is, all this could have been prevented. All of this could have been expected. And a lot of it was just blatant not caring about other people's well-being. That's it. He doesn't give a shit about other people because he thinks that other people don't give a shit about him. That's his demons. He needs to fight that. And that's coming from a demon.
And I will see you guys as we keep going. I appreciate you guys. And I'm yeah.
I appreciate you guys, and yeah. Man, the emotions, man. This guy's... she saw everything in this guy. Look at these happy cats. Look at these happy cats. If you guys weren't here at the beginning of the stream, you can notice his cat comes into frame and it has a curled in tail.
Pretend
As
that
if
I'm
the
not a
cat's tail
thing
was
that I wanna
broken.
take serious, and we will be I wish I could show you how much.
Where is it? Anyway, it's at the beginning of the video when I upload this or when it's already going to be public. Like as we talk, as this stream ends, in like I don't even know if I'm going to watch the rest of this. Like, we'll see. We'll see what he says. Because I do want to hear XQC's take on
I
this.
think that's very interesting. Like I said, I feel like
40,000 viewers. Who knows how many of those were bots, but still, 40,000 viewers is insane for this guy. What did he do? Black Boy Max has less fucking views than this guy, and he's a more entertaining streamer. What is Miskiff's deal? Like, why is he so important? He's got a little baby picture of him. Like, he's just self-reporting at this point. How old is he? How old is Miskiff? Whoa! Yo! My fucking god. What did he get famous for? What did Miskiff get famous for? No. Okay, this is the first time AI has lied to me. His entertaining personality, humor, high energy streams. I didn't see what? Which led to massive following on Twitch. That was I think I did see, unless I'm mixing this up with Sideburns streamer. I can't remember. Oh, he was with Ice Poseidon. That explains everything. Nope, that's all you had to say. He was with Ice Poseidon. I met Ice Poseidon. Okay.
This is my actual POV. This is my actual POV.
You didn't even know he was 30 either. You didn't even... He's 30 and acting like this. Yes. Like, he's 10 fucking years ahead of me. 10 years ahead of me in streaming. 10 years ahead of me of everything. What? Well, I mean, I'm 5 years into streaming, but still.
Okay.
Well, no. I'm 2 years into streaming, 5 years into making videos. I used to do them on, like, iPods and phones.
Like, when somebody's telling a story, when somebody's telling me their other version of things, when I was watching Emmy, right? Vache is really bad, right? So you never want to like devalidate it because maybe they're underplaying it, overplaying it. I'm just listening, okay? I'm just listening, right? That's what it is. I'm listening. I'm taking all the information for what it is and what it seems to be, right? And then when I hear the other story, I try to find what if I was in this situation and I try to play it out in my head, right? I think there's a few strong points in this thing, and there's a few weak points. And here's my thing.
I would love to hear a strong point, XQC. Please lay it on me.
The point is the things that were, in my opinion, important and severe, right?
Important and severe.
It kind of brushed right over them.
Yes.
Kind of went over.
Yes, he switched the conversation every single time. Every single time he talked about something important and actually revealed some information that was incriminating or like that definitely was incriminating and was abusive and had abusive aspects behind the scenes that were obvious when he said it and how he said it and the way he said it. Yeah, you know, like not only that, but also the things that you say. You cannot have an excuse for everything. That's what Miskiff thinks. He thinks he can have copium for everything. He doesn't care what people think, right? That's what makes him an idiot.
Oh yeah, no, it was like this.
That's what Childish Gambino. I used to care what people thought, but now I care more. And nobody out here got it figured out. So therefore, yeah, exactly.
I threw phone, not addressing it. Like let's say the throwing stuff, bottle and phone.
That is one of the best songs ever made.
Was bruised, right? And then in his explanation, oh yeah, I would throw my phone like this on the bed. Not enough. On that point, weak point, if you put this, a lot of people that are listening, they would be on the side of it was probably a few times malicious because he's dodging the bottles aesthetic pretty much, right? And how that would extend to hurt somebody. And even if it did hit somebody, but even if I did this and it didn't hit somebody, I wouldn't really like do it again. But doing it over and over again to the point where it hurts them.
Yep. Emiru said that he would always do it. He would passive aggressively throw things at her. And if it wasn't at her, it was near her. And you guys know, as little kids, if you guys had this kind of childhood, I had this kind of childhood, me and my friend, we would have rock wars, right? We would throw rocks at each other and we didn't know how, like, bad it was. He ended up hitting me, I ended up hitting him, but it was cool and we laughed about it, right? And it was just like from a far away distance, we knew that we weren't going to like kill each other, right? But it was kind of like that, like throwing a stone at somebody. He was throwing stones at her in a way. It's a phone. It weighs as much as a stone. It rhymes. He could definitely cause damage there, and he did. He caused bruising. He caused internal bleeding underneath her skin from how hard he threw the phone. And he demonstrates that in the video. He threw that phone pretty damn hard to make a good point. Probably not even as hard as he threw it at her.
Either you kind of brush over it. I'm gonna have to kind of.
Hey.
I'm not making calls here. I'm not.
Hey. Puck, buddy. Come here. I'm gonna put you under the desk. Come here. Okay. Well, as long as you're away from Star. Don't be biting her face, dude. You can't be doing that.
I'm not gonna go, oh, you're an abuser. I'm not gonna do that. But more on the side of truth on that for sure. You know, that's just my POV.
Hang on, chat. I need to know this before I forget about it. I'm so sorry. If I'm pulling away, I just need to know. What age can I mute her? Oh, wait. But the standard most commonly. Oh, okay, yeah. He's only 8 weeks old actually right now, 8 or 7. I don't know. He was tiny when I got him, but he's like bigger now. Okay, so sexual maturity. When does he reach? Okay, when do male kittens reach sexual maturity? Wow. Okay, so I don't have to worry about it.
I'm trying to be the voice of reason while not being like I'm not being a weird debunker because this is very sensitive. I'm being a tame debunker. Tame, because all this stuff will probably change and be malleable. Yo, this is my take.
I hate seeing this, man. Not because I'm jealous or anything, it's just half of this money is going to the scumbag Twitch CEO. And this whole platform is just filled with evil, filled with lying, fucking manipulating advertisers into giving them money. Like, it's bad.
I feel like he took accountability for some positions that he has to, right? Which is a strong
That he has
one,
to.
I guess, but
that he was digging too deep of a hole. Yeah, he was digging. He told too much, therefore he had to actually like fess up. Yes.
In the eyes of the public, it
Because
will always be a weak
he's
point, and it should
unstable.
be, because it is. What I mean by that is, let's say when Jonah Hill, you guys remember that? When Jonah Hill, the actor, came
Yeah.
out, or his girl came out about him being controlling. He says, "Oh, don't post pics in a bikini, whatever." You guys remember that? Jonah Hill. You guys remember the actor? You guys remember that? So when that happened,
I've never been controlling like that. I don't understand that. I think it's cuck behavior. I think that if you are really worried about your girl going out and wearing bikinis on stream or whatever, or being seen by other guys, and you're worried about that, then that is an insecurity issue, and you need to check yourself, because like obviously you are being insecure. It's ugly. People hate on iDubbbz for his girlfriend doing OnlyFans. I don't exactly like iDubbbz either. I used to like iDubbbz, but I mean, what he's doing now is just his opinions and the way he talks. It's just not fun to be around. I came into his chat. I told him about my eating disorder. I haven't eaten anything today, you guys. I weigh like 140 pounds, and I'm 5'6". I'm tiny, and that's why, like, I eat eggs, but only when I'm like starving. And I try to eat them every day. I try to force myself, but sometimes you just can't eat some days, you know? And and iDubbbz did express like concern about that. and chat expressed concern about that. But then, like, he was watching a Black Lives Matter thing, and then he goes, "This is what we need," and I typed in the chat BLM mansions as a joke, you know, as to be funny, and I got banned immediately for racism. Everybody called me a racist, and I did try to contact him, but I'm not unbanned.
Right? My take was, guys, I have to be honest with you.
Not like they were doing
His
anything
behavior's
important on
controlling.
stream anyway.
It's a shit boyfriend. He's an insecure bitch ass. But
Begging for donations.
these are his boundaries. If you say somebody, if you meet somebody that you like or love, whatever, right, and you want to be with them, and you say, listen, I'm an insecure cuck. I want you to not talk to.
Dude, XQC fucking legend, man.
Any boys ever on anything, even in real life, it's over the top. It's fucking that's fucking crazy, right?
I love this guy.
But
I love this. XQC is funny as hell. And I love that he's wearing a Gucci shirt as a joke. It's just a joke. He's not that vain. He's just fucking, he's fucking with people. It's funny.
that's their boundary. They're telling you, listen, if you want to be with me, this is my boundary. At that point, it's up to you to accept or not that boundary. And yes, I agree. It's an awful boundary, and I would never want to have this boundary on anybody. It's not something that I have, that I do. But that is still, in that context, his boundary. It is up to the people that are around him to be like, okay, this is something that I'm okay with, or I'm not okay with.
In the thumbnail, you guys, do you think I should put huge text at the top that says manipulation? And then, like, on the left side, I'll put cuck, and on the right side, I'll put loser. I don't know if YouTube will allow that. We'll find a way around it. I think that would make a great thumbnail, and we'll just put his crying face in the middle, and I'll do like some face warping and make it look all poppy and nice.
Not okay with it, right? If I'm not okay with your boundary, but I am like, guys, I'm still gonna be with you, whatever, right? And then I'm still gonna breach that boundary. Now I'm wrong. This is how it works in personal relationships. Now that would make me wrong. Does that make sense? Because somebody's opened up.
It doesn't make sense.
Be with you, whatever.
It doesn't. I think we need to hear that
I'm
again.
not okay with it, right? If I'm not okay with your boundary, but I am like, guys, I'm still gonna be with you, whatever, right? And then I'm still gonna breach that boundary. Now I'm wrong. This is how it works in personal relationships. Now that would make me wrong. Does that make sense? Because somebody's opened up with their boundary. They've set the blueprint to, guys, if we're gonna date, this is how things have to be. If you don't want to do that, we can't be together.
It wasn't in the beginning. He's saying it like this is how it should be at the beginning of a relationship. Lol, nice. I don't know what you're replying to, but yeah. I have a horrible memory. I smoked weed since I was like fucking 13. This guy is talking about, or XQC is talking about having boundaries at the beginning of a relationship. This happened late into the relationship when they were already moved into each other, that he was saying she can't wear this, she can't be around these people, she can't go anywhere without him. Absolute manipulation and control.
And somebody says, okay, I can do that, and then they don't do that, well, guys, I mean, that's how I interpret that. So, hold on,
Yep.
I'm not
Blackmail.
even saying anything about this yet. So, that's how I see the world. So, when I hear his side of the story,
Hey, Puck, you know what you're doing, dude. You're being way too aggressive. Okay, come here. You can chill in here.
right? I think you should have done a better job at saying, guys, my behavior was controlling. That shit was off the rails. My boundaries were far the fuck out, way too far out, right? As they shouldn't be, but that's what they were. That I'm kind of an insecure person. I don't did that. I said strong point, as in really letting it sink in. You're missing the point. Somebody can say, yo, guys, I did this, move on. Really, I'm just giving you, guys, my perspective on how I receive information and how you talk to people and how that's gonna play out. And this also goes into a PR way, right? I think it's important to take a pause and say, yeah, yes, this is awful, but that's who I am. That's what I do.
Yeah, it's good to recognize it, right? It just looks better. I mean, it's not good to be okay with it, I guess, but I can't tell people how to live, right? It'd be stupid to tell people how to live like how Miss Kiff has.
all those things gonna become just that. It's all good. That's just my take on it. You don't have to agree with me. It's no problem, right? That's how I see it. Okay. So then, now that I said that, I don't want to take a pen and paper and write all the stuff that she said that have to be debunked or whatever. Because I mean, I'm not gonna do the debunker. Chat's gonna get mad at me. It's gonna get weird. It's gonna get like the old days. Then
I'm fine with chat being mad at me for debunking this. I'm fine with it because I know that I'm right. That's just it. I mean, I know that if I were to watch this video back, which I will, I know that I'm right, and I won't edit it, any of it. None of this video is going to be edited. I know I'm right. Please share this to Ms. Kiff. Please at Ms. Kiff for this. Like, he needs to hear all of this. I feel like it would fix most of it, unless he has a rage and breaks that TV that's already probably broken on his floor. Like, what he was throwing his phone at it. I don't know, but like he's probably going to have another rage fit, as he's been saying in the past that he hasn't. Like, oh, I've gotten so much better. Oh, I'm different now. I used to be like this. No, you're still like this, buddy. You're still like this. You're still a manipulative piece of shit, Miss Kiff. And you need to change. And if you don't like being told that you are that, or if you're perfectly fine with being told that you're that, I don't know how you got that way, man. And I think most people want to see the better in you and not this. And your career would be completely different if you hadn't have done any of this. It's just stupidity. I just don't get it. And I'm way younger than you did.
the guy that's weird in the wrong. I'm like, I'm a fuckhead. Not doing that. But I think a lot of the behavior is far out.
I can't understand psychopaths completely because they have like no survival skills. Miskiff has no survival skills.
Right? And I feel like if he established
you can't understand
that as a boundary not
an
to
idiot.
post very early
You don't
on,
want to.
first year, and
Nobody
they were
wants
together
to
and been around
understand.
for like
Nobody wants to understand why idiots do what they do.
years together, this is my take. I'm going to assume that she knew and accepted that boundary. So now you can make whatever you say about him, and you'll be right. You say, oh, he's a controlling fucking controlling psycho, whatever. Then people are gonna say they're insulted, insecure. I agree, insecure bitch, 100%, definitely, right? Yeah.
Yes.
And I think everyone will agree to that. That's 100%, right?
Yep. I mean, I didn't.
Unfortunately,
It's so crazy because I didn't watch this beforehand. I watched like up to 14 minutes, saw the rabbit poop, and I thought that he was lying about that, but apparently it did have bugs in it, and I was wrong. But I think that he made her put him outside. You know, like it's a possibility that he did. He's. Hang on.
insecure bitch, 100%, definitely, right?
XQC is just confirming everything I said. I said it on a deeper degree, XQC is confirming it. So everybody who believes everything that XQC says, they should be fine with this, and I like that. It's like the majority, because XQC gets way more views than 40,000 when he's live. It's the majority people. I would rather be having the opinion of the majority people than the minority, you know? And that's not supposed to be like, that's what I base everything on. No, I just think that a lot more people have common sense than people who don't. Because otherwise we would have absolute chaos in the world, right? I do think that people have common sense in the certain situations.
Yeah? And I think everyone will agree to that. That's 100%.
Or they want to. They want to have
right?
common sense. That's why they come to these guys for confirmation, right? They come to these big streamers, they come to me, maybe in the future they'll come to me for information about like psychosis and how people act and why they act certain ways, you know?
Unfortunately, it's I feel like since it was established early on, it's something that she was okay at the time at least. So that's where I'm at on that, and I would be more than willing to understand, or you'd have to walk me through how what I just said is wrong. It's still wrong though. Guys, what if I got a new girlfriend and I said, yo, my boundary is that you have to be wearing full armor every day if you're in public.
What?
No, it's all good. You
Full
don't have to.
armor?
But if you go out in the public, whatever, you have to be in a knight's armor. You have to be wearing full on armor.
It's for your
with the
safety.
fucking helmet.
It's for your
to.
safety.
That's it.
Emiru.
It's gonna fall out.
We gotta keep
Chat
you
will be like,
safe.
are you fucking
You
brain
gotta
dead?
walk around
Like,
in a bubble.
A full armor? Like, are you like a medieval cuck? And I'll be
Medieval
that's fucking
cuck?
insane. Yeah, but that's kind of my boundary. You know what I'm saying? Right? If they decided to dress in full armor for 3 years, okay, and then they go, oh guys, they made me dress in full armor for 3 years.
Yeah, that's kind of like saying the Kanye thing, how like slavery was a choice because it was so long. Emiru may have been held hostage. That's what I believe from all of this. All of this, every single bit of this whole situation was a hostage situation, I believe. She was held hostage because she did not want to go back, or she did not want to pursue streaming on her own, and being with a bigger streamer was like her big opportunity, right?
Well, that changes the game entirely. It completely
It's a
makes
choice.
dialogue from one thing to
She
the
could
other.
have left.
And I
But would you leave, chat? Would you leave? Would you leave potentially millions of dollars at the stake of going through living with Ms. Kiff? That's the biggest question. That is the big question, and I will tweet this. We'll tweet this right now. Let's tweet this right now. Would you... What was I saying? Would you... Sailor Spoon. Oh, that says streamer. That's the... Oh my fucking... Chat, would you give up millions of dollars to... Wait, money and viewers to live with Ms. Kiff for 3 years and have a quote-unquote relationship with him. I'm not sure how to boost or whatever. I don't know how people do this, but like, we'll just put Ms. Kiff and see if this takes off. We'll just see. I'm not super like savvy with Twitch or not Twitch, Twitter. Let's find the most embarrassing one. I'm just gonna not put hashtags. Literally, I see these big posts on Twitter, and I never see hashtags. You know.
I think that's where I'm trying to make it the transfer of the energy that how it will be received was one thing. Now it's a complete different thing. So that's how I approach it. You get me? So I think that I'm gonna be honest with you. I think the truth lies in the middle. Definitely.
Yep.
As in,
There's
didn't make
two sides to every story. There's an evil to all good. There's a good to all evil, and that's what everybody should take away from this. Is that look at every situation skeptically, even if somebody's being extremely nice to you. If somebody's like, I've noticed this, and this is not racism. I live in a predominantly is that the word? Predominantly you know, mixed racial community, and a lot of them have taught me to have trust issues. Like I don't trust, like I don't fall for trust me, bro. Ever. Never. I've been scammed, I've been stolen from, I've been beat up, I've been jumped, I've been a lot of things in my life. And I've learned from those lessons, and I've never inflicted them on anybody else. Ms. Kiff, how are you 30 and doing this, dude? How you know that you're, I don't know. I don't want you to do what you think that everybody wants you to do, but I think that you should definitely do more than just go to therapy and listen to your therapist or whatever. I think that you should turn his TV off. You know, like you should get the hell out of the whole situation, go take a vacation and then come back, you know. Even if it's a financial crash, even if you lose thousands, you should definitely do this for yourself. Otherwise, you're going to see things happen even worse than what's happening right now.
It seemed like it was only boundary or whatever, and it seems like when I was into her, it was more like, oh yeah, he was doing that, he was doing that. I think it's probably
I genuinely care.
Wiggle room in the middle, but I don't fucking know. I'm making my take with the information I'm given. That's it.
I'm talking about a real vacation, by the way. Like get out of America.
What can I do? What else can I do? I'm not gonna fucking be a weirdo. Oh, well, the nice stuff. I think it's focused on my stuff. Well, what else is there? I think depending on your perspective, I think the rabbit stuff is one thing. It's like what else? Yeah, so I do absolutely think though that with that in mind,
the rabbits isn't even a strong point. XQC might be taking it as fact, probably not because he's smarter than that. But it's highly likely that he forced her to also put her rabbits out. You know, outside, where gnats and flies can get to the rabbits. You know, an unsafe place. Probably just because he was complaining about the smell. Yeah, rabbits pee, rabbits poop. They play in it. They roll in it. They're okay with that. I'm not saying that everybody should let their rabbit's cage get horribly bad, but that was not even horribly bad. I've seen a horribly bad rabbit cage. It was in a meth house. Okay? They had 2 rabbits, and it was awful. But they had hay. I don't know what the hell they were using cotton for. You know? Like, don't say that the rabbits can't live in that, but definitely the bugs and stuff, they should not be near the bugs.
that what was I saying earlier on? The throwing stuff around.
Good job, Star.
I got
I
with
didn't know you could jump that high.
More than likely malicious, for sure. And he would have to atone for that, right? Or completely debunk it, which would impress me, but I'm not trying to be rude, right? Like, I'm not trying to be, like, assumptuous or weird about it.
I'm okay with being that guy because you have to be that in order to have an actual conversation. You have to assume, well, no, not assume, but you have to, like, put it out there that you do have this point of view because a lot of people don't see things from certain point of views, you know? Like, even if I'm wrong about all of this, or, like, some of it, which I don't think I am, but even if I was, the point of view was put out there in order to have a debate on the conversation. Obviously, Ms. Kiff did not go into detail about any of these things. And he did not explain how these things were his fault when he was talking about them.
I think definitely more than likely. Okay, you guys are gonna hate my take. Brother, can I be able to do? About the essay thing, you guys are gonna... I feel like it's
essay?
Not... Even though my take is rooted in complete
Bendejo?
reality, I feel like people are not gonna want to listen. Because it's a moment where somebody is obviously went through some trauma. Obviously is Emmy was spilling her heart out, right, and giving her story, and I respect that. I gotta respect that. And with what she said as an event, I can see how this plays out for him and for her in their own perspective, right?
Yeah.
And be in a way where nobody is completely far out in like the absolute wrong, because it's a big read the room moment,
right?
And if
they
both
put themselves in
don't
these
read the room,
situations,
and Miz doesn't read the room at all, right?
He doesn't care
Him
about other
standing
people's
up
feelings.
Kind of absolves them of misreading the room. Sorry, that's my take. My take is that, okay, let's say...
What? Wait, it makes it okay for him to not read the room after they got back into a relationship shortly after they broke up. He probably went in for a kiss. They were probably talking romantic, like, oh, I love you again, and all that, you know? Maybe. And he maybe misread the room because of emiru, right? That's a good option. That's a good option. She might have led him on by being nice, right? Chat, you know when somebody wants to kiss you, don't go up and fucking put your face up to them and shit. This isn't Hollywood. This isn't the movies. That's not how it works. Consent. Consent, literally, verbally. I mean, you could just be like, I feel like kissing you right now, you know? Like, you could say that to somebody. And if they don't want it, then they don't want it. Wipe it off as a joke. It's funny. You know? He probably just straight up leaned in and kissed her, you know? Like, who knows? Or tried. And that's his own fault for putting himself in that situation. So, yeah, nobody's in the right, nobody's in the wrong. They both shouldn't have even been in a relationship together, and who knows if it was even a real relationship. I don't hear anything about them actually being intimate, which is funny as hell to me.
Okay, I'll make my take more. I'll give you my actual take then. I'll give you my full take then, and then I'll explain it. Okay. Let's say you're deluded, okay? You're horny, let's be honest. Most guys are. I get it. Give me a chance to explain.
Okay.
Let's say you're a horn dog. Most people are.
You can't control yourself. You can't control your sexual urges, is what he's saying. You cannot control yourself. You have no control over yourself. You have that RAPEIST wit. You got that rapist wit.
Hold on now. Hold on. You need to hold on. Okay? Then some traumatic thing happens, right?
Almost like psychopaths, right? Psychopaths have no sexual control over themselves either.
Some crying ensues. It's a heavy moment, right? It's a heavy moment for her, definitely.
You know what? I'm gonna do it. After this stream, we'll end this one. This will be a video, right? After this stream, I'm going to make a video comparing psychopathic behavior to Miskiff's, his whole reveal on this thing. Because they're obviously, it's psychotic to put a gun on somebody who doesn't have a gun on you for 30 minutes and hold them hostage until the police come instead of letting them leave.
Right? And she's having probably a hard time, right? And she's being emotional or whatever, right? She probably expects to be given time, understood, comforted with words of affirmation, some form of comfort, whatever, right? And then she doesn't get that, right? That is with since I was watching your stream, that's probably what I was looking at, right? She's probably having a hard time, right? And she wants something positive. Yes.
Yeah.
Interesting. Okay, good. Next.
Okay.
His perspective. guys, I'm trying really hard to really break this down and how this plays out. Because if you don't
I think what you're trying really hard is to care about it. But like I feel like this is very hard to care about, but at the same time I do not. I have such sympathy. I am so sympathetic and relate so much to her situation because I was in the same situation. Not relationship wise, I never started a relationship with them, but they had a place, right? And it wasn't their place, but I was invited in off the streets, off of out of a raining tent. I was a rain, like I used to sleep in the rain in a tent, and the rain would leak in through the bottom because it was not my tent. I was living in somebody else's tent with them, and they had a girlfriend, and they would have sex next to me. I've been through it. I have so much fucking relation, like I relate to emiru being in the situation, but I would not agree on accepting. I don't know. That's the big question. It's the tweet. It's my tweet. Would you accept millions of dollars and viewers and a quote unquote successful career built on evil in order to like just live with Miskiff and pretend to have a relationship with him? Would you? I don't care if it's rude. I don't care. It needs to be talked about. It is an aspect that could have been happening, and they're just not admitting to it. And they probably will never admit to it.
do that, your take is irrelevant. If you cannot articulate how this plays out, then you don't understand the context well enough. I'm trying to understand it. He probably thinks, oh yeah, she's crying, she needs comfort, whatever, right? She gets close, does the kissing, whatever the fuck, right?
She does?
Yes, the reading
Did
the
she?
room is shit. Clearly, the man is not reading the room. She's looking for comfort. He's looking for physicality, right?
Right. Oh, that's a good ass point, actually. I didn't even think of it. Because I would never do that. I would never force myself onto somebody. That's right. He was forcing himself onto her in order to get gratification, physical gratification that they are okay to be together again, to test her. It was a test.
That is
Psychotic, manipulative behavior, man. I'm just saying, who knows what this Miskiff guy did behind closed doors? If we're seeing this much on the internet. That kid, that little kid in the picture, what happened to him? What happened to you, man?
that is he's not reading the room for shit, and he's wrong for that, right? But in his yes, it is gross. I understand it. From
It's a
his
fire
perspective,
aliening
right?
that. That's
No,
sick.
you're not reading the
I
room
need
at all.
that.
Brother. Up to this point,
Sorry, chat. Again. Horrible memory. Need to do this. Okay, I'll just keep that open.
I would assume that you would be within the context of, even though you're wrong in your reading the room, right? If there's no either a dialogue or warning or non-verbal of, yo, this is, don't like hug me or kiss me, right? You're still not correcting your vision of reading the room. You're still in the wrong. You would still be deluded, right?
I really don't think that you should have to tell somebody, don't kiss me, don't hug me beforehand, before even having a real conversation. Because like, if she didn't do that, if she didn't say that, you know, which I think that didn't happen. She didn't say that to him, and that's why he felt okay to do it, right? He probably wouldn't have done it if she would have said that. But you shouldn't have to. You shouldn't have to say that. Because it's sexual assault if it's not agreed upon, right? It's literally sexual assault. Legally, relationships have nothing to do with anything. You can get sexually assaulted while in a relationship with somebody, unless you're married. Unless you're married. I think it changed when you're married. I think it does change legally, but if you aren't married, then it still counts as sexual assault, and they can still charge you for it. That's why, if you are going to get in a relationship, any in the chat, any kids or whatever, if you're going to get in a relationship, don't think that things are okay, right? Don't assume that things are okay with the other person. Make sure, be absolutely certain. Let the moment be magic, you know, when it happens. It'll mean more. It'll mean a lot more. Right? It'll just happen. Naturally. Let it happen. Don't force it.
This is how I'm reading. This is how the story plays out in my view. So within that sense, right?
And maybe that's just coming from me. I'm not like a bad-looking guy, so maybe that's just biased opinion of mine. I think that most guys aren't considered relationship material based on their looks, though. I think that most guys are considered relationship material based on how you treat the people around you and how you treat your partner, you know, or how you treat the person that you have an interest in. Like, it's the way you carry yourself, not as a man, quote unquote, because I'm not sexist. I think that everybody should have leadership skills. Everybody should have leadership skills and carry themselves as if they are the example. Otherwise, you end up with people like Mizkiff.
If she said and she screamed or whatever, right, to stop doing something, and he jumped out of the bed and he stopped, within your delusion, right?
I thought this happened at a BJ.
Room,
At
when
BJ's.
there was pushback or warning or a hint, big one, that it was unwanted, then he stopped, right? So I understand it wasn't needed, it wasn't wanted, but I can see how, okay, when the delusion
This is a bad take.
stopped and it was warned, he stopped. And that's how I see it.
XQC. I'm gonna give you the benefit of the doubt because I like you, man. I don't think you understand what you're saying right now. I genuinely don't. And I'm sorry if that sounds like an insult to you. I don't think that you understand what you're saying. You are saying that it's okay. Or not, it's not okay, but it is a misunderstanding, right? It is a misunderstanding between them. And some people aren't mentally well, right? And Miskiff obviously has demonstrated that. He was not mentally well. It was an accident, right? It's still wrong. I'm not sure if you're trying to say it's wrong or not, but you are putting out the point of view there. I don't think this is a good thing to say, though, because it does sound like you're defending it, even though you're not. I can tell that you're not, because you're just putting perspectives out there for people to digest, right? Yeah, I get it. I'm not trying to say that you are advocating for sexual assault. I'm not trying to say that. I'm saying that you are you're putting some bad words out there. Like, if you listen to this back, we'll listen to it back. It doesn't sound right, and maybe that's just because you have an accent.
It wasn't needed, it wasn't wanted, but I can see how, okay, when the delusion stopped and it was warned, he stopped. And that's how I see it. And you don't have to agree with me, and I'm not glazing anybody. I'm trying to be impartial and be in the middle and be really...
Okay, good. XQC, you got it. My bad for pausing before even hearing you out. I guess I should have. But yeah, I think it's good for me to point that out too.
Understand everything, okay?
He's impartial to the situation in the first place, right? Right.
I've heard similar stories in the past. I haven't. And it's just like, if somebody doesn't, it's wrong. Does that make sense? If somebody doesn't, if you give somebody a warning, a sign, and they don't stop, yeah, wrong.
Right.
that giving that vibe, right? But maybe it's because it was either
People make mistakes, but how old was he when he made this mistake, you know? How many times has he made this mistake? It's not okay to say that it's a mistake. It's not, I don't believe that people should be able to use excuses, you know? It's not, there's no excuse for sexual assault. There's none. And you're not making excuses. I'm saying that Ms. Kiff makes excuses about this. About sexual assault.
Explained, or, but I was being receptive to it. Does that make sense? Like, I'm really trying here. Like, I'm trying to get it. And here's how, dude, I'm trying to not use anecdotes, right? Because I don't want to involve in fuck it. It's just gonna like, it's like, you know, you don't want to talk about, oh yeah, I went to see some girl back in the 90s. Nah, it's not like that. I'm just saying, like, if you've been with somebody for a long time and things get close, right? I'm going to be honest with you, right? If there's no signs of I don't want this, people assume like, yeah, like it's gonna end up like touchy kissy. Does that make sense? But I understand.
Does it make sense? Yeah. But like you're talking about people who have no control over themselves and can't read the room, as you said. I just don't feel like giving those people the benefit of the doubt. Not that you are. I think that I know, not I think, I know for a fact that if somebody is wanting to make a move or whatever, and it's jokingly or whatever, we'll put this in the best terms, right? If it's joking, like a old Looney Tunes skit where you just reach out, kiss somebody, like, oh, I'm so happy, still sexual assault, was not consentful. You know, nobody should be even touching each other as a hug or whatever. You shouldn't be doing any of that, because you don't know. Some people might have anxiety. So I have hella anxiety. Anybody who gets within 3 feet of me, I assume is going to attack me. Every single time. Every single time, and you guys should too. You should be very aware of your surroundings. And if you aren't, you end up in bad situations, emiru. You know this.
The crying is one thing, but the reality is that you gotta read the room and know when
and have self-control
and to escalate. And clearly the room was not read. That's wrong. But
like, is it just me that thinks it's I think it's really cute when it's like when it's like you guys both are nervous, right? And not one is super confident in a relationship or in like a sexual, you know, meetup or whatever. Like, you guys are both nervous, right? And one isn't like, oh, I'm so ready to get my thing sucked or whatever, you know, like it should be like a innocent type thing. I just think it's more comfortable that way. Not should be. I'm not telling people how to live. I just think that it's like comfortable for me anyway. When both of us are, you know, obviously nervous about having feelings for each other, right? More wary, more cautious. I enjoy cautious people because they care more about other people's well-being.
is it as bad as people make it seem to be? I'm inclined to intake more information, but I'm not there. Like, I'm not.
Not saying it's right or wrong. I'm saying it's leadership skills. It's a good thing to have.
It's still fucking wrong. It's the 100%. If somebody's going to a traumatic event, you're not trying to fuck, or you shouldn't. And if you do want to fuck, you have to hold strong, man. And yo, mega horn dogs out there, yo, that might be hard. I get it. You just gotta not do it. Okay?
He gets it.
Like
These are really
that's it.
bad words, man. This is not
You feel
good.
me? You feel me?
It's a bad. I don't
Yo.
know about this take.
I'm entertaining the scenario where the room isn't red and you're in a closed position, right? And you're a horn dog, and I can kind of visualize how that plays out, and then pushback happens, it stops. I think it's within the confines of not. It's not absolutely abysmal, unsavable. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And
Yeah.
haven't been in a relationship ever. You haven't been.
Wait,
Can't
what?
even see this scenario. Haven't been in a relationship ever.
Yeah. If nobody's ever been in a relationship and they're new to it or whatever, or they're like they have troubles getting to relationship because they can't control their sexual urges. That's just a personal issue, dude. That's a skill issue, and you should be mitigating the situation. If you can't control your sexual urges, then you got to get it out of your system, one way or another. And if you're religious or something, I know a lot of people who are religious, and they don't take care of themselves, right? Both with food or with you know you know masturbation. They don't masturbate, therefore, because they're Christians, right, or something. Like if you don't take care of that, then obviously you're going to have like an overly wild sex drive. You cannot mentally get over that. I get that. I get that people who don't have sex a lot, and it's a healthy thing. It's human, and it's something that we've been doing for what, thousands of years, millions. Apes do it, constantly. Like I like to look at, like, scientifically the behavior that has changed from apes to humans, right? It's not entirely far off, otherwise, in the ability to communicate. It's really not. So if you're that one cuck chimp that can't get any and has been trying so hard, stop trying so hard. Take care of yourself. Get like try to be like the other apes, Take care of yourself. Trim your eyebrows. Grow your facial hair out using topical minoxidil or something. I don't even know. I can't relate. I can grow a full beard because I'm Russian. Like, you can't expect everybody to be grouped together into this, like, I can't control my sexual urges. That's not how all people are. But some people are like that because of their, like, religious beliefs or the way that they take care of themselves, and that's where this stems from, I believe. I don't know that people are born psychotic and have the rapist wit, but I know that we evolved. This is what I believe. I believe we evolved, and we came from certain things, took psychedelics to get to where we're at, and now we are far different from apes, and we're able to control ourselves. But some people have mental disabilities. They were born with less chromosomes or whatever, and their neurons aren't as active, therefore they are more ape-like. You get what I'm saying? 90% of our DNA is shared with those things. Like, we need to take into account that we can't be acting like that, right?
Yeah, in a minute.
Because there's no
Yo,
consent in the jungle.
Okay, I'm gonna try really hard, chat, not to.
There's
be
no
weird. I'm trying my
consent in the
fucking
jungle,
best, okay?
chat. We're far from the jungle. We need to
Some-
not be
some-
acting like
somebody's
this.
crying, and you see they're just crying, right? They're just in bed, whatever. They're crying, and then you pull up. They don't they're crying yet, whatever, right? Something happened, and then you're like, oh, are you good, or whatever? And you give them a hug, and you're hard. But hold on. You weren't before. You didn't see that they were crying. You didn't even read the room yet, right? I'm just saying, yo, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, I'm just saying, yo, saying somebody, let's say your girlfriend is laying in bed or something like that, right? And you go, oh, yo, I'm gonna go hug her from the back, right? And see what ensues. I'm just saying, hold on. And you pull up, right? Boom. if you're not erectile dysfunction, Andy, you're already hard. I would be.
I mean, if she got fat ass, yeah, right? Yeah, I mean, I get that. I'm not about to talk like a womanizer. I'm just saying. Yes, yes, there are moments where yes, you can get turned on. But if somebody starts crying in front of you, like, and is actually being serious with you, and you can't get that thing to go away, you have a problem mentally. You got a really big problem, a bad problem mentally and medically. And it shouldn't be announced. It shouldn't be acted upon either. Like, it's just, I don't understand it. I don't want to understand why people are okay with that if that situation were to happen.
Got me. Okay. Oh, but then, oh shit, this person is having a tough time. I didn't see. Actually, they're crying. Oh shit. I need to read the room quickly. Read the room, right? And
Yeah.
I feel like most people would, and you should. And if you don't read the room, you're a fucker. You're a fucker, right? It is what it is, right? So, but you're a fucker. You're a horny bastard. You're not reading the room. You're kind of a moron. But in that sense, are you an assaulter de facto? I say probably not. That's my answer. That's where I stand. And it's okay. With the information I'm given, that's where I'm at. And I'm not trying to be weird. If I'm giving more information, then I can make a better assessment. But with what I'm given, it's as far as I can go, man. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Is that the end of it? Because what's he gonna say? I'm gonna let XQC talk a bit. I'll have the headphones on and everything, but I will be right back, chat.
Relationship that's been over. I understand it. Trust me, I've been there. But let's say, even way back, I'm thinking 10 years back, way back, when I was like, let's say 18, 19. I remember this girl I was dating. We weren't dating anymore. We were broken up, right? Boom. Guys, stop it. Way before, because this is before I was a streamer. Stop it. Before I was a streamer. We'd broken up like fucking months prior, right? And then I get a call, invited to somebody's house. That person, of course. No, shut up, man. Right? I read the room, right? As, yo, this is going to escalate, right? Right? And I could have been deluded, but I wasn't, right? And that's how it happens a lot with breakups. Is what it is. And I know if you don't agree with me, you've never had a breakup. It is what it is. Does that make sense? Like, I was like, okay, yo, what's up? Yeah, we haven't been together in fucking 4 months, 6 months, whatever, right? I don't know who you are anymore, low-key. But I'm in your room and I'm thinking, Jesus Christ, I mean, I'm in your house. I mean, right? And I'm like, I feel like this might and could escalate. And I kind of wanted to. That's what my brain said. Oh, maybe I'm delusional. Less blood is in my brain because some of it is in my pen, right? I got less to work with. I'm almost more primitive. Now I'm in 2025, right? But because of the blood flow, I'm in the cave ages. And that's most men. That's kind of what they do, though. Like, it's kind of brain dead, right? So if somebody says, if somebody the person said, yo, we haven't been together in 6 months. I mean, don't even come close to me. Moron, I went, Jesus, my bad. I didn't read the room. I'm a fucking dumbass. My bad. I was only here to, I don't know, get my pair of shoes I forgot 6 months ago. I'm out. Right. That's one scenario. But if I was deluded, right, which at the time, let's say I was, and I was like, oh yeah, anyway. And then I'm like, oh, this might escalate. Well, it did. It did. And it happens. And I noticed with stories of other people, it's a very common theme. It happens. So creating distance of like, oh, this person has been with them, whatever. I mean, I can entertain a scenario where somebody could be deluded that it will and want to escalate. That's where I'm at. Is that a bad take? All right.
Is it a bad take to say that you're deluded by your your phallic? Like, is it a bad take to say that you can't control yourself because you're a boner? Is it a bad take to say that and to relate with that? I don't know. Like, you tell me, man.
Guys, something I'll tell you.
Am I misunderstanding what he said? Because I feel like I understood completely just then. He was saying that you can't control yourself in the moment, and you need to correct yourself, but you can't because you are deluded by your boner. Like, are we talking about like a foot-long Subway sandwich? We're talking about like all the blood from your body drained or something? Like your brain can't function? Is that even possible? Let's look it up. Is it possible to be mentally absent when having an erection? Oh, wow. It's possible to experience erection while being mentally absent or while being. Okay. Disconnected. Disassociation is I don't believe most of the things that AI says, but psychological defense mechanism where a person feels disconnected from their thoughts, feelings, memories, body, surroundings, while disassociation can interfere with arousal and pleasure. The physical process of an erection can still occur. That's saying if you are delusional, you can still get an erection. That's not what I'm trying to say. It's like erectile dysfunction. I'm trying to say, does getting a boner result in absent-mindedness? Gaining erection, which is part of a broader process of sexual arousal, often leads to a natural shift in focus, which would be interpreted as absent-mindedness in other contexts. Our brain's resources are temporarily relocated to prioritize power. Okay, so he's scientifically correct about this. I'm just being a prick because I didn't know anything. I apologize.
I don't know what it is about it, but if you've been in a...
So, women and men out there need to know. Guys can be absent-minded scientifically, according to Google, when they get aroused. So be very careful about who you arouse. Because apparently they have the scientific excuse, which might hold up in court because of arousal. That's such a weird thing to even exist. I just don't relate with it, but I guess some people are savages.
Breakup before, and you go to their house, your body is weird. Hold on, please don't cancel me.
He's right.
There's this weird energy in the air. It's like the air has like electricity in it. You're like a deer in a brightly lit parking lot. And like, I don't know what the fuck is happening, but something is happening. I don't know what it is. It's like that. You know what I mean? You don't know what, you don't know when, you don't know if, but there's something going on. You can almost touch it, and it's almost, you feel on your skin.
You can almost touch it.
It's a real thing. It's all
What?
that.
You can almost reach down and pull it out. He's pulling his...
Get it or not. You feel me? Guys, do we agree with that? Yeah, I'm
Sure.
right? You, felt that
You are
before?
right. Scientifically, you are right, according to AI Google, that men can get aroused and become absent-minded.
Bro, it's mysterious. It's almost like a...
And women, I guess, if women have, you know.
It's mysterious. It's kind of... Yeah, it's tense, but it's also kind of... It's not tense in a way that you're kind of, let's say, something's going to jump at you. Bro.
You know what the feeling is? You know what that feeling, there's a name for it, animalistic. You become animalistic. You become what is it? Primitive. You become primitive in that situation, I guess. Because you're okay with doing whatever while you have an erection, I guess, or you're aroused.
You don't even know. There could be another guy in the other room. Gotta pull out and say, yo, what's going on here, babe? And you go, what the fuck? You don't know. It could go backwards. It could go, a girl comes out of her room and goes, oh, yo, honey, what's up? I don't even know you were like into that. It could be some wild, you don't know what's gonna happen. It's like...
I did not think I was going to be having this conversation with XQC having, like, I did not see this comment. That's funny. That is funny. It's weird to bring up after the Miskiff, reveal situation, but I guess he's trying to advocate for that situation. I'm not sure why he's even bringing up any of this. It's probably just for the conversation, but it's funny. It is funny.
Or, you know what I'm saying? Guys, you have no
funny.
idea.
It's comedy.
And way back in the days, I would say. No, I can't say.
Oh.
Sometimes reading the room, you'll be wrong. And I was wrong once. Let me tell you an example. I was wrong once. Way back in the Overwatch League, I had this. Guys, I hate talking about like accident.
I was wrong a few times, but that's only because she was laying on my couch in my room, and we were watching a scary movie. I think it was Saw. We were watching Saw, and she had her like hips pressed right up against me, like right up against me. You know what I'm saying? Like we're talking about like spooning, like. And we never had this sort of situation happen before. I think I was with another girl at the time too. But she came over. She just all of a sudden wanted to, be around. Like, I didn't ask her. I didn't do it. We just sat on the couch and then later, like, I just laid down and she laid down with me, dude. Like, I'm serious. It was a read the room moment. The reason I read the room wrong is because of that. And I did... like, just take it out, you know what? I was just like, okay, how do I get the, like, obviously she's just, like, I don't know, I think in that moment I did experience primal urge to just, like, keep it going, Like, where is this going? But maybe she was just trying to get some, like, cuddles, I don't know, She's pressed up pretty hard against me, though, but it's very, like, that's a very straightforward situation. There's a lot of these confusing ones, I guess, but that's the only time I could recall that. Yeah. I can't think of any other situation, man. Every other situation was completely consensual, but like that situation, it didn't end in us, like, even though I wanted to. I'm not sure if she did. But there was no talking, We were watching a movie, and it was in the dark, and there was a blanket over us.
Like that, because I go for now. Okay, I'm not trying to like make her like.
I didn't do anything to her. But like, obviously, we sat up after that. It was like, oh, okay, go home. We didn't talk like ever after that, and it was because I pulled it out. You know what I mean? And I was just like, This is so weird to talk about on stream, but it's honest. This is what happened. But like that's the situation where it was a slip up. I think that you guys can put two and two together.
It's like I don't want to be weird, like talking about other people, but this is something else completely different. This is like it's some whatever story. Like I dated this girl. I had dated this girl for a little bit, right? and they weren't together anymore. Okay, and yo, it's all good. I'm not gonna get mad, but I think she did it on purpose. Okay, she said, "Oh, yo, when I left like months ago, I took the spare keys by accident, of course. I can come over to your place and drop it off." And I was single at that time. So I go, my spare key. I start typing, I don't give a fuck about the spare key. Put it in the garbage, mother sucker. And I go, Just, and I delete the message and go, whoa, hold on. Just hold on a minute. What I smell right now is an opportunity. Hold on, don't get mad at me. I'm not even done with the story yet. I'm saying
He's being honest. Just let him be honest. McDonald's arch hair. Let him be honest.
I'm sensing that they're creating a scenario. I'm thinking, I don't think that the thing is even real. The key? Why wouldn't she just either throw it, tell me, I could go to the store and get a new key. I don't give a shit about, I don't care about the key.
It's pretty smart of him to think around it, you know, instead of sending the message.
She knows I don't know about the key. She knows for a fact I don't give a fuck about the key. Okay? Why would she come drop it off by hand? That's fucking stupid, no? So I thought, maybe I was delusional. I was. I'm gonna spoil it. I was. So
yes, this is putting too many, like, you digging too deep into that at the time, obviously. Like, you're reading too much into the message of, like, I can come drop it off, you know, like, it does sound just like a simple return, but oh my fucking god. D-juicer, what?
Yo. I go, sure, like, you can come drop it off, okay? At a certain time.
He acted chill.
Hold on now. I at a certain time, at which I would have been done with the stream. I didn't want her to drop it off when I was still streaming, because I mean, come on, bro. Guys, I'm just playing my cards, and don't get mad at me. Don't get mad at me. So
No, don't.
Okay, well, she wants to come over.
There's no manipulation here. It's just making a decision to have her drop it off or not drop her off, and you're making this decision based on the fact that she might come over to, you know, get closer to you or something, and maybe you liked her. I don't know, who knows?
When I'm assuming it's over, I mean, shit, you know? Now the door's open. There's one, two, it's all good, right? So,
This is
so then-
crazy the
so
way
then,
he's saying it, though.
Stream's over, right? Sun's going down. She pulls up, and I go, and you know, I lived in an apartment at the time, so it go to like the lobby or whatever. And then she drops it off, like
you doing?
slow, right? And I take it, and she doesn't like walk away or whatever.
What is it?
So I'm like,
Oh, you guys need water.
all right.
Okay.
So you want to
You
like
just
hang out
had
or
so
something like
much water. Here you
that?
go.
Right? And I was like, too easy.
Spring water.
I was
It's
thinking,
got minerals
yo,
in it.
I'm the
It's
goat.
good for you.
Like I pulled that off. I'm the goat. And she says, no, actually, I was just in the neighborhood because I'm gonna go see a guy. And I go, brother, hold on. So in me not reading the room, okay, you need to listen to me. I read the room half properly. Is that the key meant something? It didn't mean, it could have meant an opportunity, but it was actually a reverse opportunity. It was an opportunity for her to be spiteful, and she was. It's okay. I think she was just being spiteful. She just wanted to like rub it in my face. That like, oh yeah, like I moved on. Fuck you. Does that make sense? It's all.
Yeah. That makes sense. That does make sense. I get where he's coming from on that, and it's weird. It's weird once you break up with somebody or something, or like you don't even have a relationship. Like, oh wait, no, he says he did have a relationship with her. So it's weird once you break up with somebody, they want to still be in your life just so they can get revenge.
I take the loss. I take the L, the massive L. By the way, that cooked me. But at the time, I will say, okay, because yo, one, I was deluded. 1, 2, I was prepared, and 3, I was ready. You know what I'm saying? Like I was like, yeah. And I had spent like the whole day thinking about it, dude. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, chat, it was not one of those like, and then we chat, going to bed. I'm ending the stream. He was like, guys, I'll see you guys tomorrow. Guys, yo, guys, big stream today. Love you guys. I'm out. You know what I'm saying? Woo! Woo! That's how I was thinking. Anyway. Yeah, you know what I mean? So big disappointment there. But you see that was another example of reading the room. So
A great way to learn empathy. This video is about to end, and honestly, XQC's just going on about his own stuff. A great way to learn empathy, Miskiff, is to have some animals of your own that you actually care about. And by looking at the beginning of this video, this is what set me off, really. Like, his cat comes in right here.
Said in this sense.
What is up with that? What's going on here? Chat. What is this? Can I unblur this image? Is that possible to unblur the image? I think I'm gonna use this as the thumbnail. Hold up. Can we get him looking at the camera? No. Because this is really important. Can I delay? 3 seconds. Nope. Delay 5 seconds. There we go. I'll still get the YouTube shit. My bad. Third time's a charm. Everybody, nobody's paying attention to this, I guess. Nobody's paying attention to the cat. But that means a lot. It means a lot that this cat's tail is curled in. I don't want to get rid of that tab. Why would a cat's tail be curled inward? Like a circle. Unless it was broken. No, it curls inward. Fear, stress, or comfort. Or injury. Not curled up, curled inward. I mean, look at this. Look at this. That's inward. That's like between the legs.
I want to make that very clear. I never threw it at her. I never hit her. And she even said in this...
That is a not taken care of cat either. Like, that is so bad. Cats should never be that overweight. Their back should not be arching like that. It's so sad to see that people can own animals like this. I think that people should go through training in order to own pets legally. That should be a law, but, you know, I'm not president.
In her situation, that she bruises easily.
I'm willing to intake this information.
She rushed over that. I had the water bottles
though,
with her on my my phone near her, but that wasn't during our fights. It would be throwing my phone.
That cat looks so lonely. I feel so bad.
On my bed when I brush my teeth. She did tell me she got bruises from it, and I stopped. That's all that happened. That's it. I did feel a lot of stress over the time of our relationship up until this point from her stalkers. From the ones that would show up at our old house.
And I did research what causes cats to get overweight. And usually it's due to stress. And whether that's just because he's talking on stream consistently or like ignoring his cat, it doesn't matter because she's already fat. Or she or he is already fat and overweight and probably has hurting joints like the Hasanabi dog, Kaya, and her tail's curled inwards, like. And
also stalkers that just had from her TikTok postings.
I wonder if he named his cat Emiru.
That her stalkers had a lot from would come to her a lot from her short
In
form
private.
content.
Chat, from a PR
These
standpoint,
people
chat,
were schizophrenic
no joke,
and would think that she is talking to them.
I would just bite the bullet.
Whether it was songs she played, the way she looked at the screen, or just the titles of the
sure.
videos, these people started to feel she was talking to
All
them
dramas, just say you
and
were
come to
farming
our
it.
house to stalk her. These people
Good stream, chat. I think that this is the one. I commented, wow, Mizkif is a man-child making excuses. He deserves whatever happens. Facts. 1330, you can see the cryberry change completely when he came to talking about her rabbits. Like, this is obvious he's trying to slander her, but he looks like a psycho.
fight and argue all the time. Things we never once did. I felt this relationship was taking a huge strain.
Right, he's sad.
Situation.
He's sad. Oh, shit.
I
I
want to
have
make this
a keyboard on my
fight
mouse.
and argue all the time. Things we never once did. I felt this relationship was taking a huge strain. But I thought it could be fixed over time since things were just so amazing that first year.
Yep. You're sad. You're sad. You're sad. Emotions, right? Guilt. Guilt. Guilt.
But as we stayed around longer, I started resenting her a lot more. You can take it out of remote only mode.
Boom. Boom. He shuts his emotions off. If you know anybody in your life who is able to do this, be very cautious.
But as we stayed around longer, I started resenting her a lot more.
I can leave you on later, but
He's fighting his emotions.
like,
He doesn't want to talk about it.
Emiru has a lot of rabbits. It was her calling when she first moved in. These were a big part of her life. But as those rabbits
Boom. Immediately to, like, blackmailing her. Anyway. Psycho. We'll see what happens, I guess. Share this video, man. I think that this was a good one. I think this is covering most of everything that he's talked about. If not everything. Thanks for watching. Like, subscribe, share this video. This needs to get out there, not only just for this channel, but also for the fact that he should not be getting away with lying about all of this, and she shouldn't have put herself in this situation, but I do believe that he is 80% at fault. 80% at fault for most of everything that has happened, because he was the one he's the one with the house, he was the one with the lack of security, he was the one with the gun. He should not have been doing anything that he was doing, and who knows if he was cognitive while doing it. Maybe he had a